Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Mary.
Hi, I'm Amiri. I am a level 7 Celestial Warlock. I have a olive green scarf, hooded scarf that covers up 2 cat ears atop my elvish head.
Kanae.
Hi, I am Kanae Dien, and I am a tiefling lurker in the deep warlock. I hope that you consider joining me in the fight against good, period.
Zachby.
I'm Zachby. I'm a level 7 kobold bard. I'm a short little, scaly little dude. I carry a lute with me. I'm here mostly for comic relief and sarcasm and really bad music.
And Maxi.
Oh, well, hello there. I'm a level 7 paladin of Tyr, towering in at I'd say I'm about 7.5 feet tall. I'm a furball, don't you know? So I've got pale grayish skin, and my hair is nice blue and poofy. You know what they say, the higher the hair, the closer to Tyr.
You are all in the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with a corkboard and job flyers posted. It is springtime. Gusts of wind blow the winter chill from the air. Soaring in the sky from vast distances, the air carries the smell of ocean salt. A seagull calls outside. This would be a good day to go to the beach.
I am sick of working. Just period.
Oh yeah, I gotta tell you, it's been real hectic lately. I could use a break. Yeah.
It would be nice to get outdoors for a little while, right? Being stuck inside all the time.
Oh boy, you're telling me. Hey, Amiri, come here.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, we're thinking about doing just like a lazy outing sort of day. Are you in? You want to go with?
Oh, absolutely, I am in. Maybe we could bring Grandpa Moonbrook.
Oh, I think we were hoping to get some sun today, and his skin is just so sensitive these days. The last time we took him to the boardwalk, he was just a weird shade of lavender for like a week after that.
Good point.
I wouldn't mind playing my lute for a different group of drunken idiots with too much coin. So yeah, I'll take a little trip. Sure.
Nice.
Oh,
Beach party.
We don't do the alcohol here with me.
I'm sorry, little buddy. I your name, it just slipped right past me there. I'm Maxi. What was your name again?
I'm Zachby. Don't worry, I'm small. I slip past a lot of things.
And how do you spell that, Zachby?
Zakbi.
Z. What's a Z? Oh, a Z. I see.
That's nice to meet you. I'm Amiri. She offers out her hand.
Nice to meet you. So, trying to reach up and grab it there.
All right, well, if you want to grab your, is that a loot there? We'll just,
yes.
I'm thinking, you want to go to the beach?
Sure.
It's always nice. Let's go to the beach.
Beautiful.
Beach day. Nusi, we're going to the beach. Do you want us to bring you back some shells or anything?
Oh, the bartender turns to face you. This is Nusi. She's tall, thin. She has totally white hair, like anime style. And she says, "Oh, Maxi. Bring me back. Oh, what do you bring back from the beach? Seashells? Sure.
All right, cool. I'm going to see if we can find one of those big conch shells for you.
Thanks. Oh, actually, bring me back a conch, because that's good eating."
Oh, all right, then. We'll see what we can do there.
Yeah.
Who knows how to catch a conch? Any of you guys know how to do that?
Just hit it on the head.
Probably not a word I need to say a whole lot of times in this accent. Just gonna say that.
I know how to order one if that helps.
We'll keep that as our backup plan.
I think the local supermarket might have one.
Yeah. If we don't find one.
Yeah.
All right, to the beach.
To the beach.
To the beach.
All right, tell me what you all do.
Go to the beach.
I go by my uncle's and mine suite, I guess. we have? I don't know where we live. On site, I assume, because he teaches there and he's old and tenured. Let's see here. I'll get the beach blanket and got this great big umbrella here. You always want to take your own umbrella. The ones that you rent, first of all, they're price gouging. Let's see, some beach chair. I only have the 2 beach chairs. So grab that. Gonna have to leave my armor and my shield here. That's just silly to take with you to the beach. And oh boy, I would just sweat to death. And then I rejoin the party.
Okay. Are you guys going by foot? Are you stepping outside?
I assume we know how far the beach is? I don't actually know, but is it fairly close? Walking distance?
Yeah, we're like right on the...
Yeah, there's, if you were to Google image search Hargeon, Hargeon, you don't have to, I will describe it to you. It is a sloped city rising up from the ocean where everyone's got a lovely view of the water. So you can see it from here. Nikamui is like a Japan harbor town.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew there was water. It's just I didn't know if it was beachfront, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's beachfront. Okay, so you all are just stepping outside the guild. The blue sky opens up before you, and you turn right, and you head around the building, down the street, and you walk down the road. All right. The road ends at an expansive lawn area. A small building serving as a train stop is located next to a carriage parking lot. There are paths, benches, ornamental trees, playgrounds for children, and exercise equipment for adults. A delicious smell wafts from a small restaurant that's labeled The Waterfront. The ocean is downhill. A fence separates the manicured lawn from tall grasses. Sloping downhill to the shore, walkways through the tall grasses lead to bright white sand. Even from this distance, you can read the large rectangular white sign, "No swimming." Below the letters, a stick figure person horizontal in water is centered inside a red circle with a diagonal red line. From this distance, you can see what look like little islands floating in the water as brown seaweed mats the surface.
According to my Don't Be Evil notes, signs such as this should usually be paid attention to. However, that's sort of way down on my list, under like don't kill babies and such. So I don't know how important it is.
Well, I think it's more a matter of your personal safety than rules following, so I wouldn't categorize this as a good or evil sort of situation. It's a do you want to drown or not situation.
I can actually breathe underwater, so that's
well,
not
then
so
it
much an
doesn't.
issue.
See, yeah, there you go. There's your caveat right there.
All right. Making a note.
Yeah.
But you might get a fine for it if you get caught out there.
I'm fine with that.
We can check the sign and see if there's anything about a fine.
So I'll just stay on the land. Not a big water person.
Oh, I can make anybody a water person. Don't worry about that. I just don't like the water. So you guys go ahead. Enjoy the beach. I will lay here.
All right. So, yeah. Where would you like to set up?
Directly on the opposite side of that sign.
All right. So I'll put our beach blanket down on the other side of the sign and put our umbrella up, set out the chairs, and, just kind of lazily start making a little sand castle.
Cute. All right. Maxi is setting up and making a sandcastle. Zachby, what are you doing?
I can help, but I can help with the sandcastle. People find it cute when tiny little creatures make sandcastles, and they throw money at it. It works remarkably well.
Okay, they're building a sandcastle together. Kane, what are you up to?
I'm sort of starting to take tentative steps towards the water, sort of peering around, seeing if I see anyone watching us.
Okay.
I'm doing that fake sort of dum-da-dum-da-dum.
Perception check?
That'll be a 4 plus 4 is 8.
There is no one watching you. No one's looking at you specifically. How's that?
All right, I'll dip my toe in.
The water's very cold.
I like it, and plus I have resistance to cold.
And Mary, 2 of you are building a sandcastle and 1 of you are dipping your toe in the water. What are you up to?
Mary will lay out the beach blanket right behind the sandcastle or wherever it's positioned and tan.
Okay. You all spend a good few hours there. The day passes from 10 a.m. to noon. You've now accomplished a sandcastle. Other people on the beach are also building sandcastles, and you hear a scream as someone stomps Godzilla style over someone else's sandcastle. But all in all, everyone's enjoying their day. Kane is kicking up the water now. He's gotten a bit more comfortable with how cold it is, and he's like spraying it, wishing that he had someone to kick water all over. Of course. But no one else is joining you in the water. And Mary, you have gotten a nice, do a constitution saving throw, actually. Let's see how red you are.
17 plus 2, 19.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Not burned at all. All right. The delicious smell wafts down to you from the small restaurant, the waterfront. And Mary, laying there, your stomach gurgles.
Is anybody else getting hungry?
I could eat.
Same.
Yeah, I could definitely go for a snack or two right about now. I would also like to think that the castle that Zachby and I have built has a pretty high wall, and he's inside of it. So there's like the castle, Zachby, and then castle wall. So he's having to like peek up over. If you're cool with
Cute.
that.
Not the first time I've been locked up behind walls.
Well, here, I could give you a lift out of there.
Did you create a drawbridge for him?
Oh, I can do that real quick. And I punch one of the walls.
I'm just going to saunter out behind my little castle wall here now.
Do we need to oil your scales or anything? You've been out in the sun for a while.
I think I'm good. It's like
Sorry.
I got a nice little tan scale thing going on here.
I know with my chocobo Winona, I have to keep her legs pretty moisturized. She gets patchy on her knees if I don't do that.
Oh yeah, how's Winona doing? How big is she now?
Oh, she's about the size of a Shetland pony at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, she's getting big. She's looks like she's gonna be golden, which that works just fine for me. Matches my aesthetic.
Oh, our wonderful chocobos.
Yeah.
Golden brown. Kane just licks his lips a little bit.
Bad Kane.
Yeah,
No.
I am getting hungry.
All right, to the restaurant then.
Hey, Kane, you might want to write on your list there, no eating our animals.
No eating. I don't know. No eating. That sounds like a dangerous thing.
Our animals are not to be eaten.
Animals. This is
Companions.
vegetarian. Oh, companions. Okay.
Animal companions.
So if you know the animal's name, let's say.
If you know it has a name.
If you know it has a name. This is getting very confusing. I'll keep an eye on these notes.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
As a tiny little Zoomin, I like to remind everyone my name is Zachby. Remember that, Zachby? So you know my name.
Oh, don't worry. I am a vegetarian, so I wouldn't eat you anyway.
Yeah, unless it was some sort of desert island situation, which I'm sure is, what are the odds of that happening?
Never getting on a boat with you.
We still wouldn't eat you.
And we go.
All right, tell me what you're up to.
In search of food?
Is there like a boardwalk nearby? They usually have food on a boardwalk.
There is food nearby in the waterfront restaurant.
All right, well, hey guys, why don't you pack up here? I can go ahead and go down to the restaurant, put our name on the list, and we'll probably have a table by the time you get sorted out here. I'll go ahead and grab the umbrella though, so you don't have to carry that.
See if they have a menu, too, while you're there.
Okay. Maxi walks up to the waterfront restaurant. The waterfront restaurant and cafe is longer than it is wide, paralleling the shore. Its construction cleverly maximizes its patrons' views of the ocean. The kitchen occupies the back wall furthest from the water. Tables and chairs fill the indoor space, and guests have seated themselves to face the tall floor-to-ceiling glass walls. Similarly, your view is unobstructed by any dividers, and you can see right into the kitchen as an overweight cook looks down at his work, focused, not interested in the glorious view he would have if he looked up. His hands busily chop fresh fruit, Then he lifts the fruit salad onto a plate and passes it through for a waiter to take to a table. A waitress walks past him to get to the milk frother to make a cappuccino. There are menus on each of the tables, and not a line at all. It's very early in the springtime and the water's too cold. So there's very few people here. You
Bonus.
see 3 people in the restaurant.
All right, then. So there's a hostess, or is this a seat yourself situation?
It's a seat yourself situation. They're low on staff this early in the season.
All right, well then, Moxie's gonna go over to one of the nice tables along the ocean side, so that we can still look at the ocean. And
The whole thing is oceanside. It's if you walk
so right
straight
smack
up
in
it
the
is-
middle, or
yeah.
as close to the middle as I can get of the restaurant. Yes.
Yeah.
And
There's a disposable paper menu on the table for you if you'd like it.
I would, and I'll go ahead and order some cold waters for everybody, so that that's ready when they get here. I'm sure they're very thirsty.
Okay. Are you ordering it with you can see the chef behind the raised bar?
Oh, no.
Are you ordering it?
He's obviously very busy. I would just wait until a server came out.
Okay. All right. A waitress sets down 4 waters in front of you.
Great, thank you. The rest of my party should be joining me shortly. Are there any specials besides what's on the menu here that we should know about?
Yeah, for today only, everything on the menu is reduced to 1 gold each.
Alrighty then. You'll just check back here once my party give us a few minutes to talk about what we're going to get, and then we'll be happy to place our order.
Of course.
Thank
And
you
she
so
walks
much.
away.
So is this a menu you want to Skype messenger us, or?
It's pretty short.
Okay.
I'll wait until the rest of your party gets there.
Okay.
Well, I don't mind heading up now.
Yeah, after we get everything all packed up, we'd walk over to join.
Is there a possibility that there's some faux she crab soup on that menu?
Yes, there is.
Yes. Because real life player Moxie loves she crab soup.
Yeah.
Kane sort of sits down, looks at the menu, and says, you know what? Do they have any seafood? Because I'm on a seafood diet. When I see seafood, I eat seafood.
It's like, as long as it's fried and meat, I'm good.
Okay, you see the following menu. For 1 gold each, you can get... So there's a section where you can, take stuff away as well. I'll read the whole menu, though. You can get a fried meat and mock sea crab soup, and also a whole watermelon, an iced cappuccino, a whole pizza with your choice of topping, of course, a beach towel, a folding umbrella, and a bucket with a sandcastle mold and a shovel, and a volleyball.
I'd like to take out a pen that I have and write in brackets beside the fried meat, chocobo, and then hand that to the waitress and point to it and say, I'll just have this.
Okay, she says, we don't have chocobo currently in stock.
Shh. Be quick. Okay, just whatever your fried meat is then.
Okay.
Okay, day.
Human okay with you?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Delicious.
All right.
Yeah, I've never had fried human. I'll take some too.
Okay.
And Mary will have some of what Moxie's having.
Yeah, so that would be 2 bowls of faux she crab soup. I think I'm gonna go down for that watermelon. Seems like a fun thing to share. Not for eating, but definitely throw in one of those beach volleyballs. That'd be great. Let's see, what else was there? Was fried meat, soup, pizza, watermelon. What else was there? Besides
Iced cappuccino,
Oh,
beach
yeah.
towel, folding umbrella, bucket with sandcastle, mold and shuffle.
Yeah,
And
so
then could we...
go ahead.
And then could we just get like a cup of hot water? 2 cups?
Of course.
Yeah. Let's see here. We'll get. Do you boys want some iced cappuccino also?
Yeah, okay.
Sure, why not? Live a little.
All right, so 4 of those, and It's a fun day. I'm gonna get everybody a beach towel. Are the beach towels? Are they branded for your restaurant? Do they have like a logo so that it's kind of also memorabilia?
It is. It says waterfront across it in like fantasy style swirly text.
Well, excellent. So I'll get 4 of those also.
I get it. The name of the restaurant is Waterfront, and you're on the waterfront. Oh, that's good.
So I think that puts me personally back about 11 gold.
Okay, the waitress is able to bring you the food items at your table, and she says you can pick up the non-food items at the bar from the chef when you're ready to go.
Oh, he looks awful busy there. Is there a polite way to get his attention? I don't want him to cut his finger or anything if he's, deep in thought.
The chef looks up from his food and he says, "Oh, it's no problem. He is I should roll for this. Okay. He is a tiefling. And
Wait, I'm a tiefling.
and he looks very similar to Kane, except that he's very overweight. And he says, "Oh, it's no problem. Just come on back. It's not busy at all here today. We're totally cool with all that. Don't worry."
Well, all right.
And he
Yes,
starts
chef.
to make small talk with you, actually, because the waitress is getting your food and he's chopping and talking. If you guys have ever been to, in Japan, they have these sort of like single serve sushi restaurants where you sit down and there's just a bar separating you from the person preparing your food. You're very close proximity wise to the chef and you're able to chat and he's sort of entertaining you. It's part of the service. So the chef says, "Yeah, this is a great place to spend a day at. There's volleyball, there's parks for your kids. You guys don't look like the normal group that we have." And you see in the restaurant that there's a couple. They're a cute avian couple. They're 2 birds. And they're sharing an iced cappuccino with 2 straws in one cup. "What brings you all here today?" he says, making conversation.
Sun, fun, sun's out, fun's out.
Got time to do nothing at home, so I figured I'd do nothing here.
Oh, yeah.
Just taking the day off. Normally we're out. We work for the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild, so we're usually doing some pretty intense job related activities and just needed to stretch our legs and take it a little easy today. But I gotta say, 2 hours in and I'm kind of getting tired. How much easy can you take it? Getting a little antsy. Mm-hmm. So used to being busy.
He says, "Oh, the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild, huh? I've heard of you. You guys are famous."
Collectively, yes.
"Yeah. Man, I could have used you here last night."
Oh? She leans over the bar a little bit, puts her chin on her fist, listens intently.
I like the IRL visual I'm seeing of that.
I have to do it so I can make the words come out of my mouth. Oh?
He says, "Oh, yeah. Gosh, it would have been good not to have been alone last night. Sometimes when spooky things happen and you're alone, you just wish that you had some strong guild members nearby."
Oh, Mary, you love spooky things.
Oh yeah, that sounds like it was a good time. What happened?
"Oh, well," and you look and his name tag, by the way, reads Luco. And Luco says, "Yeah, I was closing up last night, cleaning, putting away all the food and making sure everything was tip-top. I was the last one out of the waterfront when I think I saw the seaweed hag."
Oh.
Oof.
"Yeah, there's a local ghost story around here. She's..."
And then he sort of trails off until someone hits him.
We need a Kidney snack over here.
Yeah, you have any chocobo?
Oh.
Here's a slice of watermelon.
A ghost.
Oh, also your faux human is in front of you. It's for demons to eat. It's chicken, but it's human. Just like you're
Long
eating crab.
pork, they call that.
Yeah. Flavored like human.
Hey, Zachby, you're you go to the Bard School, right? Or you've at least read a bunch of lore and songs and such, right?
Yes, I do.
You know anything about this legend of the seaweed hag? Maybe a song or a poem or haiku, limerick?
Wait, to be clear, are we talking about a ghost or my ex-wife? Because that's two different songs. One involves a lot more profanity.
Zinged him.
And you do, Zachby. You are a bard, so you've heard about the seaweed hag. She emerges from the ocean dripping wet and ice cold, and it's said that if she looks into your eyes that you won't be able to move, and she'll step closer and closer and closer to you until
It's like, hold on. Never mind, I haven't tuned this thing or learned how to play it, so or how to sing. I said I was a bard. I didn't say I was a good one. It's like, don't look at her evil frown, or still will drag you down, you'll drown. If you want more, you gotta pay me.
Oh, the couple,
Encore.
the avian couple on the other side of the restaurant claps.
Kine claps. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was closing up the restaurant after dark last night, and her long seaweed hair dripped ocean water as she slowly walked across that lawn right there. He nods and points to the lawn that's on the other. You can sort of see it from here. It's mostly ocean view, but you can see some lawn. The seaweed hag stopped and turned and stared silently at me, not saying a word for a long, terrifying moment. Oh, but then she kept walking. Oh man, I thought I was a goner. I was alone. It was really spooky. I wasn't going to come in today, but then I thought of how Smear Heinrich, the owner of the waterfront, he would laugh if I let a ghost stop me from coming in. And I don't want Smear to think less of me, so I came in, and I actually hadn't told anyone about it yet. It had been weighing on me. Thank you, adventurers. Saying it out loud, I realize how crazy it sounds. I must have just been mistaken.
Oh, well, maybe. So was she, when you said she turned and she walked up, was she coming from the ocean when she was walking up the lawn?
Yeah.
And which way did she...
Spooky, right?
Which way did she go after she did not attack you?
Away from the ocean, that way.
That way.
Towards the city.
Towards the... And, okay. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but this vacation day has been super fun and all, but maybe we could, just for fun, maybe do a little investigation, try to keep our skills sharp.
Yeah.
Hags are... Go ahead there, Mary.
Yeah, that could be done. I'm thinking we lead the thing away from the water, though.
Well, we'll have to see if there is evidence of a thing, and then if it is a spirit, maybe it just needs a little soothing from Tyr, and it can pass on to wherever it is sea hags need to pass on to.
Sea hag heaven.
So yeah, let's looks like our food's about ready, so we'll just have ourselves a nice little refreshing lunch, and then Luco, if it's okay with you, we'll just kind of check into the sea hag thing for you.
Thank you, adventurers. That puts my mind at ease.
Oh yeah, anytime.
Don't mention it. Just please, in the final battle between good and evil, consider fighting for evil.
Okay, and I ruffle his hair.
I have to ask.
Okay, you guys eat a delicious meal. You've got some crispy, crunchy fried faux human and some fried faux crab, or faux crab soup. You've got iced cappuccinos for everybody. Everyone's feeling much better after visiting the indoor, very nice bathrooms as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go to leave, the waitress says, "Oh, don't forget, you prepaid for a watermelon," and points back at the bar.
Yeah, and we got to get our towels and our volleyball. Just OOC.
Oh.
The name of the owner of the restaurant, was that Samir or Smear or?
Samir, Samir.
Samir Heimlich? Like the maneuver?
Heinrich,
Heinrich.
Henrich.
All right, and did that name ring any bells with any of us?
I don't think you would have met him before.
Okay.
He owns the waterfront.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Just making sure Yeah, because I had Smear Heimlich before, and that just didn't seem like a name you would make up.
No.
Seems like a name I would make up.
So he... Okay. So you finish up your mock crab soup and your fried faux human. There's a pile of beach towels and a watermelon and a volleyball waiting for you on the bar. Does someone go to try to pick it up?
Yeah, I'll go since I paid for it.
Okay. Maxi reaches out her hand. Do you guys know what a meet cute is?
Yes.
I have seen the term.
Okay, so Maxi has a meet cute. She's a beautiful black lady reaches out her hand to grab the watermelon at the same time as you. Your hands touch as you reach for the watermelon, and she says, "Oh, so sorry. I thought that was mine. I'll just wait for the next one. My bad."
Oh, it's fine. Go ahead. My friends are wrapping up what they're doing there, so I got a minute. You go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, she looks abashed and shy because she tried to take your watermelon, and she's like, "Oh no, really, I couldn't. You take it. I'll just wait over here." And you see that she's all alone. She's gonna stand off a little bit a ways.
Well, it's a pretty big watermelon. If you just want to, you could just share this one with us. Seems kind of, and unless you just really like watermelon, to have a whole one for yourself, unless you've got people somewhere else that you're taking it to. I don't want to make assumptions here.
Oh, that's so nice of you, really?
Yeah, sure, yeah. More the merrier.
She takes out half of a gold and pays you for her half. And she says, "Well, I guess if you want to split this watermelon together, here's half of it. I wouldn't mind having some company."
Yeah, sure. Well, just come over here. I'm Maxi, by the way. And I'll...
Hi, I am Jennifer Lelivre.
Jennifer... What?
Lelievre.
Okay. Yeah, just come right over here. I'll introduce you to my companions. And I do that.
Hi.
Jennifer, pleased to meet you.
It's good to meet you.
It's a mighty fine watermelon you got there.
Yeah, we're gonna split our watermelon with her. Yeah.
I pull out a battle axe.
Well, let's wait till we're outside there, Gallagher.
Okay. I'm old enough to know who that is.
Do you all head down to the beach together?
Sure,
Yes.
and Amiri is going to leave a very, very generous tip of... What did we pay altogether? About
11, 12.
11, 12 gold. So she'll leave...
Only a Moxie paid, actually.
Well, I was up to 11. We'll just round up and say I paid like 15 gold for everything. Should get everybody's meals.
Alright, so she'll leave 30 gold in tip. 200%.
Luco's gonna run after you and say, "Oh, I think you left something on the table," and he's gonna put it into your hand and cover it with his other hand so that you have no choice. You have to take it, and then he's gonna say, "Oh, yeah, no, we don't, we don't tip. That way we can pay our employees a good working wage." And then he goes back inside.
How European.
How reasonable.
Also, if you try to tip in a Japanese restaurant, they may chase you and return your tip to you.
How Japanese.
Can anybody break into this guy's car and leave the gold in there for him?
I mean, we could break. I'm more than willing to break into the car. I don't know about leaving stuff, but
Well,
Well, it's just a cart. You just have to figure out which cart. Maybe he walks to work. Yeah, no. Probably the best thing you can do, Amiri, is just to continue to give this business your patronage.
That works.
Yeah. All right, Jennifer. So we're gonna go down to the beach here and enjoy this watermelon, and then I think we're gonna. And you're welcome to join us on this. It might sound a little kooky, but we're gonna investigate a ghost.
Oh, gosh. Ghost?
That's what I said.
Yeah, just a
Ghost.
little. Oh, sorry, I should explain, or one of my companions. Actually, maybe Zach B, do you want to explain our who we are in one of your beautiful melodic songs? I just love it when he plays. I have just met him today, and I am just enamored, I have to say.
no accounting for taste, apparently. We're from the Guild of Fire-Breathing Kittens, and my companion here appears to be smitten.
Yeah, they had a meet cute. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they'll be friends or something. I don't know. Who knows? All right. So she listens to your ghost story, and you're all sitting on the beach. Zackby's got his lute, and he's playing you a lovely tune. And Maxi has her enthralled with the ghost story. She leans in. She's listening closely. And at the end of all that, with the watermelon eaten and everything, everyone's settled in. The sun is starting to pass over its arc, and it's now about 3 o'clock p.m. And she goes, "Oh, well, that sounds like too much for me. You guys, your adventures, you are crazy awesome. I can't even imagine how much danger you put yourselves in all the time, chasing after ghosts. And, whew, well, thank you for sharing this watermelon with me. I'm gonna head back, but you guys have a nice day, okay? It was nice to meet you. And I will check out that Church of Tyr and Church of Coddle sometime. Thank you."
Oh, man, and she didn't even get the story of the sandstorm we were in, Maxi.
Well, hey, if you ever want to hang out and hear some more fun stories, you know where to find us over at the Guild, or if you ever have any work that needs to be done, we're always, we handle all levels of task.
Oh, yeah, you guys do an exchanging of business cards, the two-handed bow and exchange. And then you have her contact info, and she has yours. Thank you. And she's going to head back. She's going to go do park stuff. You
right.
see her on the exercise equipment. And
I'm just going to finish my little bit of watermelon.
Yeah. What does her card say that she does?
It says Jennifer Lelieve, and it's got like an address on it.
Is the address, or rather, did we see her head back towards town, or did she go like into the water? Just out of curiosity.
She went back towards town.
All right.
What part of town does her address exist in?
Kind of like a government side of town. She has one of those government jobs. She's
Okay. I now have a friend in the government.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And you would say that most government employees, like most of them, are pretty low level. You wouldn't expect her. You guys are level 7, so yeah. You wouldn't expect her just to like be level 20 or something.
No.
Yeah.
I could probably tell from the fact that the ghost scared her that she's not a leveled adventurer.
She's not a leveled adventurer, shall we say. Just a normal person enjoying the park, right? Yeah.
And just remember, Moxie, there's separation of church and state.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know, policy should not be based on religion. It should be based on what's good for everybody. And Tyr is kind of good for everybody, but everybody gets to make their own choices. Anyway. All right. So, here we go. Are there any footprints?
Oh, would you like to roll an investigation check?
I would love to roll an.
Okay, everybody, please roll an investigation check.
I'm
Or a
also looking
perception
for-
check. Or
Yeesh.
whatever you'd like to use to collect information.
I'm while looking for that, also looking for the conch shells, or live ones, for the bartendress.
Those would be in the water.
All right, I'll go into the water.
Okay, Kane is in the water. How far in did you go? Up to like your ankles, your knees, or over your head, or
I'll go lower back.
lower back? Okay. You are able to see that there are snails here under the water.
Did she want snails, though?
That's what a conch is.
Oh, okay. Type of snail. All right, I'll grab one for her.
Okay, do a dexterity saving roll.
I'm pretty good, but that's a bad roll. 8.
8. Okay, it shoots a sharp spear out at you and gets your hand. You take 1 point of damage. The snail fights futilely against its fate.
My hand. I ray of frost it.
It's very dead. You win this fight.
Yeah. Take that, conch. Okay, now I've frozen. That way, it will stay fresh when we give it to her.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
it seems less dense than the water around it. It's bobbing up on the water surface.
Perfect. All right. And my investigation was 18 plus 4 is good. 18 plus 2 is 20.
Okay, we'll get back to you. Everyone
Yep.
else, what are your investigation checks? Or perception or history, whatever you want to do to get information here.
At a 10 for investigation. And if I'm just... No, I'm investigating, so yeah, a 10. Okay.
I got a 6 in investigation.
I got a 5.
Okay, a 10, a 6, and a 5. So everyone on the land is looking for footprints. You see a bunch of footprints. Zachby sees a dead fish carcass, and Mary sees a seagull in the sky. She's wondering if it's trying to talk to her or not. She tries to use telepathy on it. It's a bird. Nothing happens. Maxi is folding up the umbrella, and she sees a food wrapper in the sand, and she's like, I wonder if that's from the ghost. You're all very wrong. And it's Kane with his 20, what?
20 even. Dirty 20.
20 even. It's when you put your head underwater that you see a light in the water. From way out in the ocean, you see a light.
Underwater.
And then it's gone. Yep, you can only see it when you're underwater. And then it's gone. And then you see a light. And then it's gone. Something's not right here.
So I wouldn't think this is just some sort of natural phenomenon, bioluminescence or some such. It's something weird.
It's a little spooky, like when you're in the middle of the woods and you see an entire flight of stairs in the woods, and it's just sitting there alone by itself. There's no road here or any reason for there to be a flight of stairs in the woods, but there's just stairs in the woods. And sort of like that, there's just a light in the ocean.
And how far away was it, would I say? Or would I be able to tell? Roughly.
You're not able to tell.
All right, I'm going to bob back up, or stand back up fully, and let everyone know that there's a weird light out there, and it's freaking me out, man.
Sounds like someone had a bit too much sun.
I did. Maybe that's it. Or good ghosts. Or I don't know. Lots of oars.
We're probably going to need some oars for getting a boat to move.
It's funny you should mention that, because I just so happen to have purchased a folding boat.
Oh, my goodness. I don't suppose you happen to have recently purchased any folding lightweight armor and weapons, because I don't have any of my adventuring stuff with me. I left all my work equipment at home.
I have a decanter of endless water. Will that help?
Oxy looks at the ocean, looks back at Kane and goes, well, yeah, no, maybe. We'll see.
All right. Just keep that in mind.
We're actually gonna go out there? That's more scarier than the ghost.
Yeah?
Well, you're telling me. But, yeah, I mean, come on, there's a blinky light out in the ocean. It could be fun. Who doesn't want to bust a ghost?
Who else are they going to call
Exactly.
but us?
It's like, why is it always us that has to go investigate weird blinking lights? Why can't we investigate some blinky lights at a party?
Or maybe
No,
it is
just-
a party. Maybe it's a mermaid party.
Ooh, ain't no party like a mermaid party.
Yeah,
Because a mermaid party don't stop.
that's what I've
I'm
heard
just
too.
imagining Moxie pulling Imiri by the ear. Like, come on.
Come on, it'll be good. It's fun. Hey, maybe we'll see some dolphins. Once I went sailing for a very long time, and there's all kinds of really cool critters that jump up out of the water and swim close to the top.
I can unfold this boat, and that'll keep you dry, as long as you don't fall in at some point.
All right, we'll take the boat.
Is there a store
Okay.
nearby?
Yes?
Is there a store nearby that at the very minimum maybe has some little hand axes? Like, I assume that like full-on weaponry right here would be silly, but maybe some hand axes for splitting beachside firewood for pits or something.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from making a quick pop home and getting your weaponry and bringing it with you.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah, let me just run back to the house real quick.
Deal.
Okay, I'm still not going to grab my armor, though, because Moxie gets back to the house, and she looks at it, she starts to reach for it, and she's like, but if I fall in, it's going to get rusty. Oh. Nah, it'll be fine. So then she just leaves it, but she will grab her weapons.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go grab my sword and dagger there, just in case.
Alrighty. You arrive back at the beach with the stuff that you retrieved.
I will get my shield, though. I think she could deal with a shield. She can strap it to her back. Okay.
Okay. I sent you all underwater combat rules if that helps. It's not too complicated, and it's just a 2-page PDF. It's not a big deal.
Open it back up, though.
You actually are able to take your armor with you, but you don't have to.
All right. Well, then hang on. Let me just double check.
Is it light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, clothes, a backpack, or a shield? And it's got the number of rounds that it takes to put it on and take it off. It seems as long as it's not heavy
armor.
Ah, okay. So it would take 50 rounds to take that off underwater. Yep. So
50 rounds. Well,
yep. Maybe you're making the right choice, but your shield is just one action to drop it. So
yeah.
Yep. You're fine. Okay.
I mean, I'm squishy now, but that's, that's what happens when you go underwater, man. You got to make sacrifices.
Kane pops off his mage armor and is like, I don't know what the problem is.
If you do wear your armor, it just means that you move straight down at 5 feet per round, or 15 feet per round if you have medium armor, or 25 feet per round if having heavy armor. So as long as you spend your movement to swim up at all times, you're not going to float, is what it's saying. So anyway, so that's up to you. I'll let you choose. So what's your official decision? You're leaving your armor at home. That's fine. But you're not allowed to bring your armor, if that makes sense. So
yeah, it just doesn't. I'm going to still leave it. I know that's more dangerous, but it just doesn't make sense to wear heavy armor into the ocean. Even if even if it's even if I could work with the rules just logically, even in a world of magic.
All right.
I'm just going to take my sword, dagger, and my loot, because, I might need compressing mermaids later.
Okay. Equipment has been noted. So what are you guys up to?
I will say, well, you know what? I'd like to give you guys the option here. This folding boat, quite a miraculous invention, can turn into 2 boats. One is 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep, can hold 4. And by my calculations, carry the 1. There's 4 of us. Mm-hmm. Or it can turn into a 24-foot long ship, 8 feet wide, and hold up to 15 medium creatures comfortably. So
I like that one. Second.
Overkill. It is.
Yes.
I say the command word, turn into a big boat, and my folding boat turns into a big boat. Man the oars.
You have a big boat. Does it look like a Viking longship or a jet ski or a... What's it?
It actually looks like a party boat. Pontoons on the side.
Ooh.
Flat bottom.
I love a good party boat.
Yep. Welcome aboard the SS Party Boat. I'm not great at names, but take what you can get, I guess. I will be your captain. You're going to want to man these oars. Or else.
The SS Dag.
Yeah, we'll throw Dag on an oar. He's actually the captain. Or second in command.
He's not your parrot?
No, that would be Polly, but he ran away many moons ago. Oh, Polly.
Captain Kenny and first mate.
I'll temporarily uninvisible Dag so that Zachby can get a load of my beaver-headed imp on my shoulder. That's normally invisible.
It's like, I'm just going to poke it with a stick. It's like...
Is your stick made of wood, is the question.
It's like, sure. It's definitely not a little dag I'm trying to poke him with.
Because then he'll probably take a little bite out of the wood.
I have to say, the more I see that little guy, is it getting cuter, or am I just getting more accustomed to his odd little face?
The constant doing of good is starting to rub off on him.
I think
he was really against it from the beginning, but I'm wearing him down.
Yeah, he's not quite as unsettling.
He gives you the finger when you say that, though.
Oh, well, even that's kind of cute now. I think it's because we've been hanging out with those teenagers so much. By comparison, Dag's a peach.
He is kind of cute. I'm going to name him ER for emergency ration.
Name him Chocobo.
Okay.
Are you all in the boat?
Big boat? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Amir's going to be smack dab in the middle.
Okay. Does it have a wooden bottom, or what's going on with the flat bottom? Is it a glass bottom?
I think it's just a wooden construction.
Okay, so you cannot see the light.
I will ask one of my stronger members of our party, Maxi, would you mind holding my ankles?
Yeah, sure. I got you, buddy.
And just please dunk my head into this water, and I will point with my hand above the water which way the light is, and we can head towards it.
All right, don't take this the wrong way, but it would be my pleasure.
Okay, Kane's head is in the water and his arms are pointing in a direction that he sees the light. There's a light, and then there's not a light. And then there's a long pause, and then there's a light, briefly, and then there's not a light. And Kane points towards it. You guys head out away from the shore.
Can I do like a survival check to keep track of where he has pointed and kind of like help us stay on course?
Sure.
Okay. I got a 21 for survival.
You are on course. You head out pretty far from the shoreline. And Kane, there is a sandy bottom underneath you. You're able to see your ice cube washing up on the shore, I guess. Or did you bring it with you?
Yeah, I grabbed that for the bartender.
You know, Kitty, I probably should have just taken the snail back with me when I went to go get my weapons, so we didn't have to bring it along. I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that.
Emergency rations.
Yeah.
It'll go snail, dag, and then we'll figure it out from there. And then he sort of eyes Zachby.
Zachby gives you the finger.
While we're going, I'm sort of keeping my eyes peeled for any fish or turtles or sharks or anything swimming around, because I can telepathically talk to anything with a swim speed.
Oh, okay. You see lots of snails and some fish. As you pass over the bottom, it's at first sand with ripples in it and a bunch of seaweed. Like your head is just constantly bumping into these floating seaweed piles. Have you guys ever seen sargassum?
Not specifically, but I have driven through something where it was just 100% weeds and you couldn't even see the bottom.
Very similar to that. Sandy, seaweedy, sargassum-y.
All right, I'm going to ask a fish. Hey, buddy.
Okay, please read your ability.
Telepathy with anything with a swim speed. Part of my lurker in the deep. You can telepathically communicate with any aberration, beast, elemental, or monstrosity that has an innate swimming speed while it is within 120 feet of you. It can understand and respond. Hey, you, fish. Come here for one sec. I have a question for you.
All right, a fish swims up to you.
Hi, what's your name?
The fish does not have a name.
Fish, I shall name you Fishy. What is going on with that blinking light?
The
that
fish
we're headed towards?
Turns and looks at that blinking light.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
It just started. I don't know.
How long ago?
It wasn't there yesterday.
All right, you've been a good help, Fishy.
It's like, can I eat the skin cells on the outside of your face? And he comes up and he tries to nibble at your face.
Yeah, go nuts.
Oh, delicious. Oh, yes. Nom, 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 nom.
Right?
Nom, 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 nom. It's still going. Nom, nom.
Yeah, normally Dag does this, but hey, have at it.
It's a cleaner fish, and it's eaten all the mites on the outside of your face.
Why do I have mites is the question, but that's fine. All right, so I'll pop back up and let everyone know that this is a new phenomenon. And are we now above it?
The ground has transitioned from a seaweed-rich, sandy bottom to a very, very deep bottom that you can't see from here, and you just see blueness and a light. Blueness and a light. Blueness and a light.
Okay, I'll pop back up, and this boat does have an anchor, so I'll throw down the anchor. Actually, it's good. I don't think the small one had an anchor, but this one does, so I'll pop it down and let everyone know what the situation is, and then just sort of sit back saying, well, I've done my job.
Well, all right then. How far are we from the coast now?
Pretty far. It looks distant.
Within sight, at least.
Yep.
Because that's scary.
You're within sight of the coast.
Well, let's see here. Well, I can hold my breath for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes maybe. What about the rest of you
Okay.
guys?
I can breathe underwater.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You mentioned that. So you're good. So you just want to swim down and swim back up, tell us what's going on, and swim down?
I could do that.
I'm just
if
kidding.
I
You don't need to do
die-
that.
And Mary will cast water breathing. The rest of the party that can't breathe underwater.
Describe what that looks like.
We pull up the spell.
Can you, I think you can get Dag as well, so I can bring him with me.
Yes, up to like
It's 5 or 8, I can't remember.
10.
Ooh, double.
So the spell grants 10 willing creatures you could see within range the ability to breathe underwater until the spell ends. Affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration. So Amiri will kind of like put her hand on the shoulder of the people that can't breathe underwater. And you'll see like a golden yellowish light kind of course through them. I don't think water breathing gives them the gills.
No.
No. So they just glow.
Okay. And what's the duration of that spell?
24 hours.
Okay.
Non-concentration as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good spell.
So I would suggest you guys kind of stay close to me,
And me.
or within 24 hours you could drown.
Oh, I meant in terms of swimming, because I sort of hop in the water and do a little lap around to show that I'm a good swimmer.
All right. Just to read some underwater swimming rules for you guys. If the character does not have a swim speed, then their swim speed is half of their movement speed.
So if I have a swim speed, can I, and Amiri, I believe you do as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we help those without? Like sort of drag them along?
Sure.
Yeah. That'll be helpful.
Do we have any rope?
I do have rope. Let me
We
double
could-
check.
Tie it around our waists.
Oh, yeah, I've got
Yeah, I got 50 feet.
CMCs.
Oh, I think I used 1 foot for something. 49 feet. It's dark down there, so why don't I light a torch first? Oh, wait.
It's about
You guys-
3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not too dark in the water that you're looking at, but you also can't see the bottom. Also, fire doesn't burn underwater.
Oh, this is not SpongeBob rules.
It's like, I see pretty well in the dark, so
All right.
I'll just take my dagger with me in a while. I'll just tuck it in the waist of my little kobold swim trunks.
Can you do me a favor, and when you hop in, put it in your teeth as you jump in, just for like a really cool visual? I want to take a mental image of a kobold jumping into the water with a dagger in its teeth.
Wearing swim trunks.
Listeners, he's demonstrating visually with a pen.
It's some good space work there, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess on that note, Moxie would be in like an old-timey bathing suit.
Of course.
Does she jump in the water with the rest of them?
Yeah, once I'm sure everybody's gotten into the water just fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Cannonball.
Yep.
Sploosh.
And she cannonballs into the water. All right, you are all in the ocean. It's blue. In the distance, there's a light. And then there's a long pause. And then there's a light again. And then there's a long pause with no light. And then there's a light again.
Now, how far away does the light look?
You're not able to tell.
Amiri tosses her rope over to Moxie.
Underwater?
I could move.
Are we swimming down now?
Yeah, I think that's our...
All right. So I don't have a swim speed. Does Zachby have a swim speed? Are you slow? Are you a loaf like me?
I'm kind of slow, so I guess underwater I'm like 15 feet.
Okay.
You can grab a hold of me.
Sounds like a plan.
Amiri will tie one end of a rope around her waist and then tie the other half around Moxie's.
If you'd like to cut that rope in half, you could probably have 10 feet of distance between both of you if you use the rope in halves.
Sure.
Ooh. How about this for us, Zachby? We'll go tie a rope to me, and then we'll go 10 feet and tie it to Dag, and then 10 feet and tie it to you.
Sure.
A real daisy chain, I think they call that.
Okay. And to read some basic underwater rules. Melee. When making a melee weapon attack, a creature that doesn't have a swim speed, either natural or granted by magic, has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. Ranged. A ranged weapon attack automatically misses a target beyond the weapon's normal range. Even against a target within normal range, the attack roll has disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin, including a spear, trident, or dart. And then fire damage. Creatures and objects that are fully immersed in water have resistance to fire damage. Also, exhaustion. So after you've been swimming for an hour, we're going to roll for that. And that's about it. Swimming is treated like difficult terrain, effectively having movement. Your underwater swimming speed is the same as your surface swimming speed. Your armor, blah, 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 no one has armor. But you would have been basically moonwalking, which is where you just kind of like sink slowly downward and then like kick yourself up and then sink slowly downward. But nobody has armor.
Question for the DM.
Yeah.
I have Find Steed, and in the spell it says, your GM might allow other animals to be summoned as steeds, because the animals that have listed are all land creatures. So, GM, might I summon a water-based mount of the same level as, say, a pony or a camel?
Yes.
Cool.
And storytelling-wise, we're going to say that Kane sees a passing barracuda. Kane, talk that barracuda into being her steed.
Hey, Barry, come over here for a second.
The barracuda has giant teeth and a really long, sharp body with spikes on it. Have you guys ever seen a barracuda? They look pretty intense. They're fish.
Barry, do me a solid here. My friend, not the greatest swimmer. So if she could hop on your back for a bit, would be much appreciated. I'll tell you what, I can get another one of these later. Have you ever had a frozen conch? It's a delicacy.
Ice cube? What's an ice cube? What? And the barracuda nips at the ice cube. It loves investigating with its teeth, and it eats that frozen conch. It's like, sweet, right, man. Yeah, I'll hang out with you.
Thanks, Barry.
And you have a steed.
Alrighty, I will make sure that I get you some stats real quick, just so you have them. But, okay.
Alrighty. Are you guys progressing downward?
Yes, ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You swim downward, and now you're able to see the bottom. It's not too far off. It's not that much deeper than what it was before, but it is different. The bottom had previously been sandy. As you progress further out, following the flash of light, here and there is a rock or two. Now there is a cluster of rocks, then several clusters of rocks. As the bottom drops off, you lose sight of the rocks in the distance. You're about 150 feet up above the bottom. Do you swim closer to the bottom?
Do we see the light flashing from where we currently are?
Yep, it's down, diagonally down.
Then we swim towards the light.
Okay, how much closer do you get to it?
I know, Amira, you have some magic detecting abilities. That's 30-ish feet, if I had to guess.
Yeah. So we swim within 30 feet of it.
Okay, so you swim... you're now about 120 feet off the bottom as you swim 30 feet closer, and you're swimming 30 feet closer. The particles floating in the water limit your range of vision to 60 feet. At the edge of your vision, you see rocks. But here the rocks are different from rocks you've seen above water. They are spiky balls of pink, yellow, white, orange, purple, and neon green. Flat orange plates are stacked on top of one another on the left of one rock mound. In the distance, it's blue, blue, blue for as far as you can see, which for your reference is 60 feet. At the top of the rock mound, a pink rock resembling tree branches spreads its stems from a central point. Colorful red, yellow, and blue fish swim in and out of the rocks. Multiple vertically striped black and white fish school together. They shy away from the barracuda. You're 60 feet from the coral reef.
Well, what do you...
Oh, go ahead.
We were both about to say, and then we did. Perfect. Do we have to go deeper, I think? Like Inception? See, I remembered the name of the movie this time for the joke.
Sure.
All right.
30 feet closer.
Should we maybe circle around or something? Or we just want to...
Come at it from 2 angles? Yeah, why don't we do that?
You're swimming over a large, expansive coral reef on your way to the light, which is down in diagonal.
Okay.
Spread apart 30 feet just in case as we head towards it.
Okay, how far are you all apart from one another?
What?
30 feet.
30 feet.
There's 4 of you, so...
Aren't we tied together, though?
What?
Yeah, I thought we were...
The three of us are. Dag, Zachby, and myself are 10 feet. But then, like, our grouping 30 feet away from them.
Okay.
And then you got me and Maxi 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
As you get within 30 feet of the coral reef, you see the mounds of rocks are rising up from the bottom. There's dark spaces in between them, and you're swimming along, and the fish are beautiful. Everything's so nice. So it's really good to get outside. Everyone do a perception check.
Ooh, a big one. 21.
That's a good one. Plus 5, 22.
Oh, sure.
16.
Is it 1d? Is it 1 die or 2 die on these?
You roll a d20 and you add your perception modifier to it.
So I got 8.
Okay. Zachby is looking at some coral. He's never seen rocks like that. Zachby, do you like pretty rocks?
Yeah, they look tasty.
Oh, you're thinking about how you could eat those rocks. You're like, it's colored like bubblegum. Does it taste like bubblegum? Everyone else is looking at the holes. Experienced adventurers, they're concerned about these holes and what creatures may be dwelling in the gaps inside them. And Mary, you see a large green circle inside one of the holes, shining reflectively back at you. Would you like to investigate it or keep swimming?
I'd like to cast Detect Magic on it.
You are 30 feet away from it. Okay, you can detect no magic emanating from it. It's shiny and it's green.
Hey, I'm going to point that out to Maxi. Be like, hey, Maxi, look, shiny green thing, and it's not magical.
Huh. All right, well, yip, Barry, let's go check that out.
I motioned to the other guys. It's like, hey, right there.
Okay, so Maxi and Mary are swimming closer to it. Are Kane and Zachby?
Yeah, we'll keep en route.
Okay.
But wait to see if anything attacks them. I ask Zachby, what do you think?
Well, we're underwater. We're just going deeper towards a bright light. I see no way this ends badly for us.
No. Well, yeah.
Also, I wonder if those rocks are poisonous to eat. Hey, Dag, take one of these.
Dag will take a sort of smell of it. And he will not eat it. Yeah.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
And Mary and Maxi get closer and closer to that shiny green disc, and then a flash of light emanates from the disc, and a puff of sediment and movement, and when the sediment settles, it's gone.
The green is gone?
Yeah, the shiny green thing.
Well then.
What was that?
It has escaped into the recesses of the coral caves.
Well, we should probably get the boys over here. We don't need to go poking into caves without everybody with us.
All right, yeah, we'll come over and have a look, reconnoiter with you guys.
All right, everybody's at the cave. You're all investigating. The sediment is settling slowly down onto the bottom, and there's nothing in this crevice right now. No. Would you guys like to continue?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, the coral reef is quite tall. Are you swimming amongst it, above it, or up at the surface as you progress?
Amongst it.
Okay, you're swimming along and swimming along. What's everybody's passive perception?
I believe minus 12.
14.
15.
Oh, jeez, you have one by one again. Well, yeah.
Wait, what was... Wait, passive perception? Oh, 10.
Okay. Everybody's swimming along, and there's a dark crevice, and with a 15 and a 14, and Moxie, what was yours?
12.
12. 12's not. Okay. But the 15 is high enough. And Mary sees another green flash of light coming from one of the caves up ahead. It's shiny. It's reflective. There's fish swimming all around you. Red fish and yellow fish and striped black and white fish. And another one of those caves.
Can I talk to that black and white fish?
Sure.
Hey, buddy, what do you just break out of prison? But seriously, folks, what's going on down with that flashing green light? It's like it's trying to lure us down there. You know anything about that?
The fish says, what? Where?
I pointed out.
Oh, that?
Yeah, what's the deal?
The fish, what would a fish say about that? The fish would say...
You didn't think you'd had to be doing so much fish roleplay, did you? You see that green light that keeps appearing and reappearing? It's like it's trying to lure us. You know anything about that?
I've never been in there.
Do you want to go check it out for me?
Nope, not particularly. I'm not a dumb fish.
You're...
No, can't say I've ever been in there. Okay. And Mary, you're the only one who saw this green light, so...
Do I hit it with an Eldritch Blast or not?
When in doubt, blow it up.
Well, I don't know what it is, and every time we get closer, it goes away.
It's like it's leading us somewhere, right? Which is very spooky underwater.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like you guys startled it and it fled.
Oh.
Well, maybe we just need to be...
Stealthy?
Sneaky.
We just need to look real chill, guys. Just look cool. Look natural.
I mean, I can cast invisibility. It's like
Dad can go invisible.
You can?
As well.
Yeah, so I said we can just kind of sneak our way in there.
You want to cut yourself free and have a boo?
You know they say it out loud. All right, let's do this. Let me just cut myself free here.
All right, I'll leave the end dangling for for when or if you want to come back. Don't worry, the spot's saved for you.
It's like, do I have to roll anything to turn invisible, or do I just cast it?
Nope. Yeah, just cast it.
All right.
Okay, he waved his hands in front of his face. He's now invisible. You're invisible, Zachby.
All right. I'm gonna swim closer to where this thing is.
He swims down and down into the coral reef. Up above him, the sky's sunlight is shining down in watery beams, and you all watch as he swims into the hole. There is a puff of sediment as the pressure of your presence, unfortunately underwater, invisible isn't quite what you think it is. Mm-hmm. Is that you're not sight visible, but you're still pressure visible. You're still making waves as you swim. So you swam towards it, right? You didn't. And even sinking, you would still press upon the water around you.
Would there be like a Zachby shaped bubble, sort of, where the water isn't, but he is?
Yeah, that's how you sense. Yeah, with pressure sensing.
Okay, cool,
and
cool.
The puff of water, or the puff of particles, and the flash of green light is accompanied by Zach B. What's your AC?
14.
14. Okay, you're swimming, and you see a massive pair of jaws erupt from the hole and catch onto you. Let's say that it seizes around your you're probably swimming, so like your head, and yanks you forward. Then a second pair of jaws that's just giant fangs and teeth is around you, and something tries to eat your head so that the interior jaws, like an alien. You guys ever seen that movie Alien?
Yes.
Grabs you and pulls you forward. This is how eels eat. So, Zachby, would you like to scream?
I think I already would be screaming.
Zachby screams as an eel's interior jaws grab him and lure him forward. And the eel's not able to fit you in its mouth, but it's going to try to take a bite out of you. And it deals...
R.I.P. Zachby.
Oh my gosh. It deals 19 piercing damage to Zachby as it bites you.
Jeez.
And then, unable to fit you in its mouth, tries to take a chunk and spits you out.
Ooh.
Everybody roll initiative.
For Zachary.
15.
11.
7.
We roll initiative, you said? So I've got 8.
Okay. So first up is Kane. Kane, your friend just got eaten by an eel. He's screaming as the jaws are pulling him forward. There's still a pair of interior jaws latched onto him, and he's kind of half in and half out of the eel's head.
I'm going to, somewhere in the lower half of the eel, less towards where Zachu's being eaten, more towards the body, try to shoot it with a couple of Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, those are 120 feet range, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I should ask, how far away am I?
You were 30 feet away from the others. So the others are 30 feet from you, and you were 20 feet away from Zachby, and Zachby was 30 feet from it. So 30, 20, 30. So you are 50 feet, and everyone else is 80 feet.
Okay. I'll move to within 30 feet, just in case I want to try different things. But right now, I rolled a 19 and a 17 for my 2 Eldritch Blasts, 1 per hand. Did those 2 hit?
Yes, those hit. They strike the eel. What does your Eldritch Blast look like underwater?
Probably bluish. Takes on a bluish hue. Yeah. And a massive 7 damage for both of them.
Okay.
That's not each. That's total.
Oh.
And then I'm just going to sort of yell out to him, you okay in there?
I respond with a list of obscenities we're not going to repeat here.
All right, just checking. That's a good sign. He's still breathing. And that'll be my turn.
And Mary, you're up.
All right.
You are 80 feet from the eel and Zach B. Shared space.
We will go 50 feet or 30 closer. My movement speed. And I will use my 2 Eldritch Blasts. That is 19 and 23
That hits.
for 23 damage.
How did yours do 23 and Kane's do 7?
She took the thing where you can add your charisma modifier to your Eldritch Blast, and I did not, just showing that maybe that's a good choice.
Yes.
Ah.
I
Okay.
took different choices.
All right. What do your Eldritch Blasts look like underwater?
As you see her hands turn like golden yellow, kind of scarlet witchy, you see like an aura kind of come up around her. She launches her hand forward as you see 2 crackling beams of energy shoot out of her hand as it lances towards the eel.
All right. The eel takes damage.
And she uses her other hand, kind of glows, and she shoots a beam of light towards Zachby. He gains 16 HP back.
Ooh.
All right.
Zachby, you're up.
All right.
You're currently attempting to be eaten by an eel. It's not sure how big you are because you're invisible, and it's trying to work you around in its jaws. It's like, this fish is more difficult to eat than the fish that I normally eat.
It's like, I'm going to just try to stab this thing. It's like the part, like, in the neck or whatever the heck it passed me in. It's like, so let's see, that's, so that would be, what do I roll for that? Dexterity or, well, I mean, it's
you
right
roll
there.
your d20 and you add your attack modifier to it, which is probably next to your weapon. It might say like dagger +4 or something like that, or to hit.
All right, so that would be +6 to hit. So I got like 10 windows open. That'd be so 21 to hit.
That hits. And now for your damage, usually there's a D something, D4,
Yeah, one
D6. Yeah,
one
so you
D.
roll that damage.
All right, and that's a strength modifier.
Or dex, if it's a dagger.
Oh, dex.
Probably
That'd be
dex.
that'd be a 9 then.
9 damage as your dagger sinks down to the hilt into the eel's side. This is a large-sized eel, though, so it's like a acupuncture needle. You're not going to take it down with this dagger alone, not very quickly. Maxi, you're up.
All right. Well, I nudge Barry into action and get him to swim down there. And then I swing with my battle axe. And now I've got 2 attacks per action and 2 weapon fighting. So
Yeah, and just a reminder, battle axes have disadvantage underwater.
well, let me just do. Sorry, I did forget about that, or I would have already rolled it in. Okay, so the lowest on the battle axes. Sorry, we're gonna get a 17 and a 14 to hit,
Those both hit.
and then my little hand axe at disadvantage. One of them misses and does a 10 hit.
Oh, you were 80 feet away, though, from Zachby and the eel.
Okay, well then I'm just riding Barry down there then.
Okay, how far are you able to move?
Let's see. The Barry can move 50 feet.
Oh my
So you
gosh.
get-
So
you can
I will
dash.
make Barry dash. I won't be able to
Okay.
attack, but I'll be down
You
there.
are right in melee range, yeah.
Being tied to me when I move, wouldn't she have?
I would
Got
think
dragged.
that when we got Barry on board, we would have undone the ropes. Because, I mean, that's up to you. What do you think we would have done? We didn't say anything, so.
Yeah, we didn't specify that we cut it. So.
Okay, so yeah. I take off and you're like, "Wah!"
All right, let's say that you both get dragged into melee range with the eel.
Okay.
All right, and Mary, you're in melee range with the eel.
I like it.
Okay, just to remind everybody where everyone is, Maxi and Mary are in melee range with the eel with Zachby. Zachby a little bit more than the others. Zachby's partially in its mouth. And Dag is 30 feet away from the eel, and K'nai's 50 feet away from the eel.
No, we're both 30 feet away now, right? Dag and myself.
Okay, Dag and
Yeah.
K'nai are 30
'Cause
feet
we're
away
still-
from the eel.
We're still tied together.
Okay. And Mary and Moxie are tied together, like, pretty closely? Like 5 feet? Okay. So that means that it is, after Moxie, like, comes real fast up to the eel immediately is going to react to that with fear. It's like, I can't eat this thing that I'm trying to eat. And something just gave me an acupuncture needle, and I've gotten, like, weird flashes of light. It's going to emit an electric field. This is an electric eel. And then it's going to try to leave this area. So it emits an electric field that is. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
This is not magic, I'm guessing, right?
No, it's electric.
Niner.
Constitution 18.
11.
Barry got a 14. And saving throws. I have a 19. I Moxie 19.
Okay. Zachby and Mary, you were the 2 lower rolls, right?
I had an 18.
Oh, it was Kane?
Yeah, I had a 9, so
Right,
I had
yeah.
11.
pretty low.
9, 11 fail. So you guys are both going to take 31 electric damage.
Jesus.
Oh.
The people who passed are going to take 15 electric damage. Lightning damage. As
I'm
Eel
bloodied.
zaps all of you. Kade, you're 30 feet away. Yep, yeah, you're hit. Okay. Electric fields go a bit further in water. And this giant eel is then going to make a movement, and it's going to move... How far does it move? Swim speed, 60 feet. Okay, it's going to try to move 60 feet. This would provoke an attack of opportunity from Zachby, who's in its mouth, and Mary and Maxi, as it's going to try to move 60 feet downward into the recesses of the cave. Zachby and Mary and Maxi, if you would like to make a attack of opportunity, you can. It is trying to flee.
It's like, it let go of me, right? It's like-
It has let go of you. It wants none of this. It's like, this fish is weird.
I see no reason to attack it. And I'll rein Barry in, too, so that he's not tempted to go for a snack.
Okay, good. All right, Moxie passes on her attack of opportunity. Zachby?
I'm a little bit stunned from being a chew toy and then shocked to hell, so I'm just kind of like...
Yeah.
Okay, so are you making an attack of opportunity, Zachby and Mary?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, the eel flees and a puff of sediment erupts after it as it dashes into, well, it's not dashing, but it's going to move into the recesses of the cave. All right, how do you all react? It's post-battle. The eel's going to keep fleeing unless, would you like to keep with the rotation? You can, I guess. Technically, Kane has not passed yet. Do you want to shoot at it?
No, I am going to let a fleeing creature flee, but also maybe that's because I'm incredibly hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, same.
All right, it successfully flees, and you're all in like the shadows of a cave in the coral reef with the bright sunlight way up above you. The fish swimming all around you. They start to swim back around now that the electric field. If you guys want some fresh seafood, quite a lot of the fish bit it with that electric wave.
Oh, yeah.
And we are going to leave you here, having explored the coral reef a little bit. I think Kane is going to read us a review, and then we're going to do a sign-off for a break.
Yes, I have a review from none other than Tim on YouTube. Let me just bring it up here as soon as I find, scrolling up, that's Tim, kind man that he is. Did you know Fire Breathing Kittens had a YouTube channel? Well, now you do. And Tim says of it, amazing content. You deserve more subscribers. Short and to the point. Thank you, Tim. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Maybe it's time. Probably Tim, though.
Thank you, Kane.
You're welcome.
If you leave us a review, we'll read it on our show. Yeah. All right. Joining us this time, we're Kane,
Bonjour.
Zachby,
Hey,
and Mary,
We will see you in a minute.
and Maxi.
See ya later, guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya later.
hi, my name is Harvey Starter, local Las Vegas comedian, gamer, and all-around weird guy. You can find me playing games and doing pointless social commentary on youtube.com/HarveyStarter and twitch.tv/HarveyStarter. You can also find me skulking the dark corners of social media on Twitter and Instagram at HarveyStarter or wherever mediocre products are sold.
Hello! You may recognize my voice from this very episode of Fire Breathing Kittens. Should you, for some strange reason, wish to hear more of it, you can do so on my very own podcast, where I break down all the media I consume into the following segments: movie monologue, television talk, book banter, game gabbin, and internet intercourse. For the name of the podcast, why don't we ask my good friend Gilbert Gottfried?
the LibroCube podcast.
Thanks, Gil.
The LibroCube, LIBROCUBE podcast can be found in all the usual podcast places.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find new episodes by subscribing through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Can you think of a friend who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through your support. Tweet #FireBreathingKittensPodcast, and we may, in a future episode, name a non-playable character after you. Leave us a review on iTunes, and we'll read your review at the end of an episode. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Mary,
Hi.
Maxi,
Well, hello there.
Kanae,
Hi.
and Zachby.
Hey, I got part of my head bitten.
Yeah, you did. Everybody, please roll a d20.
6.
9.
11.
17. It's a good spread.
Who's the closest to this number?
Not me this time.
I'm 11, so I guess that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky you.
Okay.
All right, please tell us what happened last time on the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast.
All right. Previously, we went down to the beach. We decided to go to a little restaurant where we learned about the story of the sea hag. So we decided, why not go investigate that? We ended up going underwater, investigating a weird bright light in the ocean, where I had an unfortunate run-in with an eel who thought I was a rather tasty snack. I got bitten. We all got electrocuted. It was fun times for everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah. You are all deep underwater. You're currently in a coral reef. Far off in the distance, a light flashes on, and then there's a pause, and then the light flashes on, and then there's a pause. Are you all going to continue investigating the coral reef or swim through it and past it, following the light?
Maybe we should go back up to the boat if it's moved off that much. Might need to sail after it a bit.
True. Plus, I'm very, very hurt. Actually, on that note, I'm going to cast False Life on myself to give myself a mighty 6 temporary hit points, just to be safe.
I think we should, when we get up to the boat, try to take a long rest.
Yes, I've had quite a day so far.
Then I could kind of heal you guys up a little bit and kind of reset my spells.
Yeah, especially if we're delving into hag territory. A hag, traditionally, much harder to deal with than an eel, and that eel almost killed me, so...
Hey, at least you don't know what an eel's breath smells like up close.
That's true.
It ain't fun.
No. So you were the first to get eaten. Huh.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to swim back up to the boat and then...
My folding boat, by the way, has deck, rowing seat, 5-seat oars, steering, anchor, deck cabin. So we can have a sleep in the deck cabin. I'm going to say it has bunk beds because that's fun.
Very fun. You all sleep a peaceful time. I guess it's now 8 hours later, perhaps. Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah.
And instead of being 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's now closer to midnight. You step outside of the bunk and stretch your arms up towards the starry sky. That was a good rest. You all had a long rest. By the way that Dungeons & Dragons works, you can roll your number of levels worth of hit dice, and then you recover those after a long rest. So you basically can fully heal every time you long rest, usually.
Short rest. Use hit dice on short rest.
And,
Yeah, and you get them back on your long rest.
Yeah.
So you used up your hit dice recovering, and then you long rested, and you've got them back, so you're basically, like, fully healed. Yeah.
and I would have used up my healing light before.
Yeah, and
2.
you've got 7 of your hit dice, so that should be...
Oh, yeah.
You don't even need to... Anyway, and then you recover your spells on your long rest. So you stretch up your arms, and you look at the night sky, and you see more stars than you've ever seen inside the city of Nicomoy. Now that you're in the ocean, off the coast... The coast is actually out of sight, by the way, because you've progressed further. You see...
okay.
Milky Way far up above you. The... beautiful belt of stars across the sky, and the ocean is dark, dark, dark below you.
Are you? Well, it should be easier to see a blinky light in all this inky darkness now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody would like a light, I can create light.
Can you create something that it makes me unattractive to eels?
I don't think I can do that.
I'm just checking my equipment. Eel Repellent. No. I don't seem to have any eel repellent.
I have good berry cookies. We could fill it up for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Next time there's a weird hole to investigate in the ocean, I call not it.
All right.
You're fine.
So let's see.
It's like I was introduced to a close-up of an eel's tonsils. I don't think I categorize myself as fine right now.
You're alive. You're fully healed.
All right, Maxi walks to the bow of the ship and looks out over the ocean. What does a 15 perception check give her?
Big stars, wide expanses.
All right.
There's no land for as far as you can see.
I'm going to dunk my head in the water again and look for this.
You see a light.
Where is this light?
It is down. Down, down, down.
You guys ready for round 2?
If I say no, does it matter?
No.
You could stay on the boat.
No, I'll go.
He says that and then steps off the edge of the boat. Do you cannonball, dive, or just kind of keep walking as if there were land and there's not?
I'll cannonball. Hopefully I hit the eel in the face.
He cannonballs in. It's very cold.
Amariel sit on the corner of the boat like scuba divers do, and she'll put her hair up in a ponytail and then lean back.
Splash! She's in the water.
Water.
All right. Yeah, Moxie's just going to go to the edge and sort of like gently lower herself into the water and then yell for Barry, and he'll swim up.
Yeah, he had a feast on all those fish earlier.
Mm-hmm. He's a happy boy.
Yeah, he didn't die, right, from the electric?
No, I think it was a 15 or a 16 on his save. I can't remember, but it was a...
Okay, good. So then he just picked out on... He's like, swimming with you guys has been so convenient for me.
And if one of us die, you can eat us.
He doesn't hate that idea.
Sorry, when one of us dies.
Zachary raises a finger.
Our party's a little pessimistic, but Maxi and Zachary are in the water and Amari is. K'nai, are you going to join?
Yeah, me and Dag are going to synchronize swim our way into the water as well.
Splash, splash. Or rather, one splash. Okay. You swim down and down and down. The light coming from overhead is much less intense than before, as it is midnight. Only the light of the stars are overhead, and they don't pierce quite as far into the water. It's now completely dark and quiet all around you, except when there's light. Then the light is gone, and it's completely dark and quiet all around you. Are you guys tying yourself to one another again, just like before?
Yeah, I'm game if you are.
Yeah,
sure.
So, Amari and Maxi are tied within like 5 feet of one another, and Zachary is 10 feet from Dag, is 10 feet from K'nai. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you swim down and down and down towards the light. Okay? Light, darkness. Light, darkness. You have been following this pulse through the depths for what feels like a very long time. It's quiet down here. You are alone with your thoughts and the vast, empty, dark blue. Please make a Constitution saving roll.
Oh.
Ooh, very nice roll.
15 this time.
21.
21.
It'll be a 5 for me. And Barry. Barry gets a dirty 20, I believe.
Oh, Barry has a swim speed.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone who has a swim speed doesn't have to do this.
Oh,
well,
anyone...
I'm on Barry, so.
Okay, all right.
Okay, cool.
So I guess it's just Zach B. Did anyone... Zach B, did you get below a 10?
No, I got 21.
No.
Oh, you're all fine. Okay, so you have swum for 1 hour now. None of you are feeling exhausted right now.
I'm loving it. Back in the water again.
You have been following this pulse of light through the depths for what feels like a very long time. It's quiet down here. You are alone with your thoughts and the vast, empty blue. Light, darkness, light, darkness. Time passes. You keep swimming, reaching out and pulling the nothingness to you, surrounded by nothing. Light, darkness. The light gradually grows stronger. You're not sure when it happened, but the light resolves into a distinct shape. It is a beacon on the top of a mast. The pulses occur when the rotation aligns the open part of the magical lantern with your direction. The mast rises above a precariously angled vessel. Laying on its side, the ship rests on the bottom. There is a dark hole in the middle of the deck, and there are open window gaps on the ship's sides.
Do we see Adora with Jack floating around?
From the Titanic?
Yes.
No, you don't. No corpse immediately visible.
Or maybe we should try to sneak up and peer around, see if we can see anybody.
Yeah. Zachby, go ahead.
Zachby makes a rude gesture we're not going to repeat here.
I'm just kidding. No, I don't mind going this time, although you are attached to me.
Yeah, you just swim first. I'll be 10 feet behind
right.
you.
And if I get into trouble, just pull me back. Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Should we go with him, Maxi?
Yeah, we should. We should probably all stick together, and I'll nudge Barry and go, yip, yip.
Just like good waffles do.
They stick together. Eggos do.
Thank you.
Where are you sticking together towards?
I'm curious about the light on the mast. On the mast or on the, where the, my nautical terms, not quite what they used to be. Like the very top of the ship where the
crow's nest?
Crow's nest?
Like, is that where it was?
Yeah, the very top of the mast.
Yeah.
So there's a pole sticking out from the middle of the ship with sails on it. And at the very top of that pole, there's this rotating light. You swim up to it and you're able to see that it is a beacon on the top of the mast. The pulses occur when the rotation aligns the open part of the magical lantern with your direction. So it's a rotating shield that exposes a part of the lantern, and it keeps rotating, and then it's covered, and then it keeps rotating and it's exposed.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic on it.
You detect magic.
What kind?
Evocation magic. It's evoking light.
Huh. Is it, I'm going to sort of swim close and see if it's firmly attached to this thing, or if I can pry it loose. Be a pretty handy thing, an underwater light of this nature.
Make a strength check.
Not my strong suit. 13 plus nothing, 13.
It seems pretty firmly attached.
I own and have on my possession a crowbar. Can I jam this crowbar in and pry it off?
How does that modify your strength check?
Makes it stronger, no doubt. Before I just try to grab it and yank it off, but now that I see it's firmly affixed, I gotta break out the big guns in the form of my Freeman brand crowbar.
Are you proficient in your crowbar?
I don't think there's such thing as a crowbar proficiency. It just helps
Simple
you
tools? Yeah.
Simple weapons, I am.
Okay. Add your proficiency modifier to your 13.
16.
Okay. With the 16, you weaken the lantern. It's not as strongly onto the mast.
Well, guys, there's a almost broken away light should one of you wish to take a go at it.
Well, I was thinking more like swim around to the hull and try to peek in and see if there was a sea hag waiting to eat us.
Oh, yes, sea hag. Okay.
So-
You know what? I saw a pretty light, and I went for it. You're right.
But that's okay. I'll go do that now then.
I'll go with her, because I'm tired.
Where are you swimming?
The ship's on its side, right?
Yes, there is a dark hole in the middle of the deck, and there are open window gaps on the ship's sides as it lays on its side, the ship resting on the bottom.
I want to swim down to one of the porthole windows and take a peek.
It's very dark on the inside.
Could you hand me that little thing over there? I could cast light on it and drop it in.
Well, do we hear anything? Because sound carries really well in water, and there was just the thunking that happened at the top of the mast, but...
Okay. Do a perception check.
10. Well, it'd be 12.
You don't hear anything.
Yeah. All right, yeah, here you go. Here's a little piece of wood right here.
Alright, I cast light on the wood and drop it in.
Okay, wood floats, so it floats up to the surface.
It's waterlogged.
Make a perception check. Are you breaking some wood off of the ship, or
Yeah,
are you?
I was just gonna...
Okay.
Or I can go get a rock, whatever. I was just going with what was immediately handy. If it
Yes.
floats, I'll go hunting.
Well, perception, 16 plus 5, 21.
You notice that this wood floats, and you didn't expect it to.
Interesting.
I cast Detect Magic on it.
It's not magical.
All right, then. Well,
Is that Is there a cannonball or anything nearby? Usually ships have cannons.
Make a perception check. See what's around you.
Let's see, what do I have in my pockets here?
18.
You find several pieces of straggler coral that's able to survive at these deeper depths. They're stone.
I grab one and cast light on it. And
Okay.
Drop it in.
You drop the light into the porthole, the window in the ship. It illuminates a small room, which, even though it's on its side, you can still tell that this was some kind of living area. There are bookshelves and desks and a bed, again, tilted around, not at the proper angles because everything's on its side, but that is the furniture that's in this room.
Well, Arkham's razor, maybe we should just go jump in that big dark hole there in the middle. See what happens.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
I have some suggestions about what that could be.
I jump in one of the holes and pull you with me.
You've got two options. There's a dark hole in the middle of the deck, and there are open window gaps on the ship's sides.
Whichever one was just sort of peered into with the light rock.
Okay, that one is a window. So you are now in a room. Papers rest on what's currently the floor. Books lie on it, and some are still in the bookshelves. A hammock hangs in a corner. There is not any sign of underwater growth, such as corals or tube worms. K'nai is in the room. Is anyone else going to join K'nai in the room?
Well, depending on the room size and how deep I am, some of them are because they're attached to me. Dag, definitely.
Dag's in the room.
I'll swim
Zach,
I'll let
in two.
Zachary decide.
I'll swim in two.
Okay.
Now that we know there's no eels.
No eels. No visible eels. Could be invisible eels. I won't, you never know. So this seems like a somewhat manicured room for being underwater in a ancient ship, which means things. I'm not very smart, but it definitely means things.
Is the window big enough for Moxie and Barry to get through, or are we pretty much, we need, okay. Well then, onward, Barry.
Barry's super into this. He just had a fish feast with you guys.
Zachby, you might want to put that you have herpetophobia now. It's a fear of eels.
And Mary, are you joining them in the room?
I got no choice. I'm tied.
That's true. All right, papers rest on the floor. Books lie on the floor, and some are still in their bookshelves. A hammock hangs in the corner. There is not any sign of underwater growth, such as corals or tube worms. What would you all like to do? Oh, and it's much darker in here than it was outside. You don't realize how much light was coming down from the surface until you enter this area. Now the only light is a blue square of a window and that lit up coral that's glowing on the floor.
I guess from the back of Barry, Moxie will gesture at the paperwork and be like, maybe one of you guys should grab the glowy rock and take a look at the paperwork there.
Well, I have dark vision, so I can just take a look at the paperwork, I guess.
Well, if you could just pass me the glowy rock, then I'd appreciate it.
I'll take a look at the papers.
Okay.
Maxi doesn't have dark vision?
Are you reaching out to pick up the papers?
Yeah, I'll pick up the papers.
As you pick them up, they rip and tear in your hands and are very, very, very fragile.
Well, that's all I had. So, any other suggestions?
Try to read it.
You're able to
Without
read
touching
them, but they also, shall we say, this message will self-destruct. They don't last very long. And they appear to be things like a newspaper and a flyer for an upcoming party. Do some kind of check.
What kind of check?
Whatever you want to do to get information about this. You're reading these papers.
Okay.
A skill check.
Investigation, I guess?
Yeah, so roll a d20 and add your investigation to it.
12?
Okay. They look like a newspaper, and they're very fragile. And there's also a flyer for an upcoming party, and you're able to tell that to your party members.
Okay. Looks like there's it's basically just news and invitation to a party. Hold on, let me write down where this party is.
Yeah. And what's the date on of this party in this newspaper?
Good question. Zachby, the date for the party is next weekend.
Next week? Next weekend. Huh.
And the newspaper is from 2 days ago.
And how long does it look like this ship has been here? A long, long time, presumably. Longer than 2 days? Or we don't know.
What information are you seeking out to be able to tell that?
The wood wasn't waterlogged.
Oh, yep. The wood wasn't waterlogged. Looking at the sails, are they tattered or do they still look fresh as we were sort of swimming in here?
They look fresh.
Oh.
So, where is this party at here? Does it say that?
Yeah, it's at Port City Gishope.
The plot thickens.
Well, all right. So this being obviously just came to town to grab a newspaper and saw that there was an event. And, now they're probably just shopping for some party clothes or something.
I think it's obvious what we have to do now, and that is have a lie down in. I was going to say have a lie down in the hammock, but shopping also pretty good. I just want to test out an underwater hammock because that sounds very comfortable.
Oh yeah, have at it.
You lay in it, and it feels a little bit more like being in a net than being in a hammock because it's not supporting you or pushing against you.
So it's sort of stationary as opposed to like me falling into it.
It's suspended on both ends from what used to be the ceiling, and you lay awkwardly at an angle down towards what's now the floor. And yeah. Everything's at an angle.
I forgot about that part of it. All right.
You have maybe like a quarter of the weight that you previously had, and you don't quite make the hammock taut.
So are there any like desk drawers or anything in here we could kind of rifle through?
Yep, you did that to find the newspaper and the flyer.
Is there doorways to other compartments of the ship?
Yes. On the opposite side of the room from the window, there's a door. It's made out of wood. There's no jack on it.
There's no what on it?
Mary asked earlier if there was jack
on
a
jack
door.
on the door.
Well, of course not. Rose wouldn't let him on.
It's true.
Well, a door. That's
Open
something.
it. I don't know what the water pressure would be like down here.
Yeah, the laws of this boat, strange, so who knows. Oh, Mage Hand. You have Mage Hand, don't you?
Yes, I mage hand the door open.
The door swings slowly open.
Well, we didn't all die.
The hallway outside is also filled completely with water, just like the room you're in.
We swim into the hallway.
Okay, you are presented with a hallway with 4 doors and a light coming up from a square in the ceiling at the end of the hallway that you're closest to. This looks like a pretty small boat with 4 rooms. You came out of one of the rooms. There are 3 other rooms, 2 on each side of the hallway. You were on the right side of the hallway, by the way.
Do any of them look like that
Go to the one.
might be a captain's room or something? Or
Yeah, are they labeled doors or just blank?
Blank wooden doors. It's also very dark in here. The only light is coming from that blue square in the ceiling at the end of the hallway. There's
I'm gonna
stairs
cast
leading up there.
detect magic. I want to see if there's any like magical pull any certain way.
Okay, you have a 30-foot radius on that.
Yep.
You are not able to detect any magic.
Well, do you guys want to go in and start busting down doors?
Oh, we could try the handles, see if they're locked.
Yeah, busting is fun, but yeah, you do have a point.
All right, I'm just going to start trying the doors and peeking mine and Barry's heads in. And we've got our glowy rock that I'll get Barry to hold the rock in his mouth. Since his head extends a little further than mine, he can just open his mouth and let the light shine into the room.
Yeah. You were on room 1 on the right. Which room do you go in? On the left? On the right?
I'll go to room on the right. I'll handle this side of the hallway, guys.
Okay. All right. You open the door, and a light shines upon sucker cups and tentacles. There's a very large octopus. Have you ever seen an octopus go into like a jar and how it occupies that entire space?
Mm-hmm.
Finding Dory.
That's what you push the door into. Giant octopus tentacles.
Oh, sorry, pardon me, and I'll just shut that right back.
The door, okay, so roll initiative because you found the combat room.
Way to go, Maxi.
21.
Ooh. That is a natural 20. 23.
14.
7.
Okay. The octopus is going to get a surprise round on you. It wrenches the door out of your grasp with its strong suckers, and it strikes out at you with its tentacles. Kane, you can read the minds of sea creatures, right?
I can't talk to this, yes.
Okay, and what's your range on that?
120 feet.
Okay, so you can hear it as it wakes up and it goes, egg food, eggs. It is going to strike out and try to grab and sucker and grapple Maxi and Barry. Barry is tentative food for this. It is a giant octopus. Where is my giant octopus page? There we go. It is going to make 8 attacks on you.
8?
Yeah.
That's a lot
what's
of
your
attacks.
AC, Maxi? That'll just make it easier for me.
Mine is 12, and Barry is 14.
Oh, that's a lot lower because of the lack of armor. I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first hits you, Maxi. The second hits you, Maxi. The third hits... Barry's was a...
14.
Meat to beat. The third hits Barry. The fourth misses Barry. The fifth hits Maxi. The sixth misses Maxi. The seventh misses Barry. And the eighth misses Barry. Okay, so how many hits did you guys all take? I think 3 for Maxi and...
1 for Barry?
1 for Barry. Okay. You take 8 bludgeoning damage as the tentacle suckers onto you, and then please make a grapple check to see if you are suckered by the tentacle.
All right. That is going to be a 19.
Oh yeah, you are not grappled. You're quite strong. You remove the sucker from yourself, and it pops off with a bubble. It gets emitted when it pops off.
All right.
Each one that hits you guys, by the way, is just always 8 because it is an octopus.
All right. So Barry took 8. All right.
Yeah, however many attacks you take, that's always 8 damage. I thought that was cute.
Till it kills us all.
You're so pessimistic. All right. Next up is Mary. Mary, Moxie's being attacked by a giant octopus.
All right, she's gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at it. That's 13 and 22.
Those both hit.
4, 9, 10, 19 damage. And how much damage did you take, Maxi?
Is that 24 would have been total?
Alright, so we'll go 3 rounds of healing light on you. 7 HP.
Okay. Thank
Is that
you.
the end of your turn?
Yes.
Kane, you're up. There are tentacles erupting from the room on the right, on the same side of the hallway. And at first you think, is that my tentacle? And then
It's going to be in a second. So yeah, as a bonus action, I'll throw some a grasp in the deep in there, and it will. I rolled damage for. Nat 20. So it takes 8 damage from my tentacles. Tentacle on tentacle action, and then I'm going to, as an action, cast on myself. What is the name of the spell? Armor of Agathis. Which is sort of a frozen, almost sheet of ice covers me. And I'm going to move to within sight of this thing and just say to it, hey, let go, my friend. We'll give you... What did it say to me again? Egg?
eggs. Food for eggs.
And I'll say to it, we have food. We brought food for your eggs, but you have to let go of my friend.
Persuasion check?
Persuasion, I'm pretty good at 14.
It would like to feed you and the food you have to its eggs. And itself. You get that as well.
I tried, guys. He wants food for its eggs.
He lays good eggs for a man, yes. Could be a she, though.
Anything's possible in a world of magic.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Maxi, you're up. You're currently not grappled by a tentacle, but there's lots of tentacles all in front of you, and it's quite large, filling the room. You can't see into the room. There's so much octopus.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, so I'm going to take a swing at it.
And remember,
Yep. Got all my...
axes are at disadvantage. Yeah.
Yes. So, got a 17, 14, 8, and 2.
The 8 and the 2 miss.
Yep. So, that's 11 points of slashing and 12 points of slashing. And then Barry is going to take a couple bites. I was working on his rolls.
Does he drop the light rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
It slowly falls to the ground because it's underwater, swaying back and forth as it deflects water.
And then, so he gets a natural 20. So it'd be a 22 to hit, and then an 18 plus 2, so a dirty 20. A natural and dirty 20s.
Ooh, Barracuda. That hits.
All right. So he bites once for 5 points, and then bites real hard for 12 points of
Wow.
piercing.
The Barracuda is loving it. It's like, I haven't dined on octopus yet this week. This is great. Next up, Zachby.
Alright, I think I'm gonna cast fear on this thing just to get away from us. It's like, this creature can still feel fear, I'm assuming.
Can you read the spell?
Fear. Okay, so range is 30-foot radius. You project a phantasmal image of a creature's worst fears. Each creature in a 30-foot cone must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or drop whatever is holding and become frightened for the duration. When frightened, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there is nowhere to move.
Okay. I will roll a wisdom saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
Spell save DC is... Where's that at? I don't see that.
It's 8 plus your casting modifier, which I'm not sure what that is for bards. Charisma, maybe?
Charisma.
Charisma plus your proficiency modifier.
proficiency.
Which at level 7 I think is something like 4, usually.
Yeah, I don't see technically something that says spell proficiency. I just see charisma.
What's your charisma?
My charisma is 17.
So that's 3,
On your-
so that's 8,
on your
9, 10,
character
11,
sheet?
12, 13. It'd be 14.
14. Okay.
I had to use my fingers to do that math for the record.
It's on your character sheet on the 3rd column. It's in that white box.
Oh, okay. Spell save
Yeah.
DC 14, spell attack modifier plus 6.
Hey, that's the same number we reached too. So
yeah,
perfect.
But now you know where to find it.
Yay. Okay, so I rolled below a 14. Does that mean that the octopus is very scared and tries to flee?
Yes, so if it's holding something, it drops whatever it's holding, and then it's trying to get away from the safest route available.
Okay. It's the octopus's turn. So, are you done with your turn, Zachby?
Yes.
Okay. It casts ink cloud. It squirts an ink cloud. A 20-foot radius cloud of ink extends all around the octopus. If it is underwater, the area is heavily obscured for 1 minute, although a significant current can disperse the ink. After releasing the ink, the octopus can use the dash action as a bonus action. So it releases an ink cloud and it dashes away out the window. And the room is entirely opaque. All you see is that it's super dark, black. No tentacles to be seen. And how long does that fear last?
Fear. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, it can make a wisdom saving throw. On a successful save, the spell ends for that creature.
Okay, it made a wisdom saving throw. So you guys see that the room is entirely black. And Mary, it's your turn.
Entirely black.
It smells fishy in there. And kind of salty.
I'm gonna ready an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. What are you readying it in preparation for?
In case I see it come in a different window or anything.
Okay, so you're examining the hallway doors and the upper deck entrance square.
Yes.
Okay. Kane, it's your turn. The room is entirely black with ink.
I am going to, inside the ink, create a bonfire. An underwater SpongeBob-esque bonfire.
Okay. What does that do?
Well, you're going to have to tell us, I guess, because the rules of a bonfire underwater are very nebulous.
Okay, I'm going to say that you create the bonfire, and then the crushing weight of the ocean water puts it out.
All right.
So you do successfully create a bonfire. It lasts for 1 round, and then it is gone. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'll sort of move down the other end of the hall. So we're all sort of covering bases.
Okay. What end? The end with the square light, or the end?
Whichever one. I think there's one that is not covered yet.
You're in the room at the end of the hall. You came in the room closest to the square hole, and those are the 2 doors on the right side that you've explored.
I looked in the room. I don't think I ever went in the ink cloudy room.
You came in through the first room on the right.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second room on the right, and closer to the first room is the ceiling skylight square. And then there's an end of the hallway past the second room.
I will pick an area somewhere away from my friends that is able to watch over them.
Okay, tell me where you are.
Wherever that is in your mind, because I can't picture what you're describing.
There's a ceiling skylight square that is the entrance to the deck, and then there's a hallway with 4 rooms on it, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. You came in the first room from outside, you know?
The first room?
Swam through the window. The room with the papers.
Yeah.
That's the first room on the right. The second room on the right has the octopus. And that's the end of the hallway.
All right. I will wait there.
In the black octopus room?
Yep.
Kane enters the black octopus room, and it's completely opaque even to people with dark vision because it's particles. So you're in complete darkness.
Love it.
Okay. Maxi, It's your turn.
Great. Well, I think I'm gonna let Barry take the reins for a second and back us out of this inky dark room here, because he has blind sight, so he should be able to not bump us into a wall.
Barry successfully swims out of the ink blackness and into the hallway. You're outside of the second room on the right.
I'm just going to wait for my party, and I guess I will also ready an attack for if the octopus reemerges aggressively.
Okay. And Zach B., you frightened that octopus so bad that it peed itself. What do you do?
First, I silently vow to never go in the water ever again. Second, I'm going to swim and kind of be like by the entrance to the first room. So that way I can, if it comes back into the second room, I can make an escape. And I'm just going to have my dagger ready, just like... to be just kind of frantically just floating there like, go away, go away, go away!
Okay. And just to get you all's positions, so Zachby is outside of the room to door 1, which has the papers in it. Maxi is outside of the room to door 2, on the right, which is full of inky blackness. Kanae is inside of room number 2, which is full of inky blackness. And Mary, where were you?
Right outside of the hallway, too. So right with Maxi.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to roll for the octopus's wisdom saving throw. Does it get to do that each time it's not in line of sight of you?
Let's see here.
At the end of its turn, right?
Yeah. At the end of its turn, in a location where it doesn't have line of sight to you, it can make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And Mary, do you want to just skip the next round, or do you want to go through what you all do? I guess.
No, I got stuff I want to do in this room. If you guys
okay,
don't.
and Mary, it's your turn.
I mean, I'm just going to ready my Eldritch Blast in case I see it again.
All right.
I was going to say, I picture this octopus. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
You guys made me ink.
Kanae, you're inside the room of inky darkness. Your bonfire goes out.
I'm going to start feeling around looking for eggs.
Ooh, you reach out with your hands and you encounter something that is rubbery and firm. But as you're squeezing it, how hard do you squeeze? Do a strength or a dex?
I don't squeeze hard. I'm just feeling it.
You just feel. Okay. All right. You find eggs. In fact, it's like touching cilia or fingers. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. Like you rub them. It's like shag carpet. And they're all attached to the walls of this room.
All right. I'll let the others know I found the eggs. What should I do? Because I am evil, and I know what an evil person would do.
I should probably leave them, though, so you can survive. Because, boy, if you make that daddy mama octopus angry, it's going to come after us hard.
Harder?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I do not kill hundreds of baby octopi, but I stand near them.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Maxi, it's your turn. You're currently outside the door of room 2 in the hallway. Oh, this is room 3 on the right. I see where you guys got confused. It's always like, do you number things across the hallway or do you number them next to one another? Yeah. Okay.
So
the second room on the right. How's that?
So we haven't opened a door on the left yet.
No, you said that you wanted to do this side of the hallway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're all on the right side of the hallway.
I will
If it helps, the boat is tilted at a very weird angle and it's all diagonal. You guys are like, this is a crazy fun house.
All right. Well, then I will nudge Barry and swim at the diagonal towards the left side of the hallway to that door. And, yeah, I guess I'll try to crack that bad boy open.
Okay, the one closer to the deck entrance or the one near the end of the hallway that you're at?
Okay, so it was right, we just went into room 3, so this would be...
Yeah.
We've done 1 and 3, so I guess I'll do 2. Whatever.
Okay, so that's the one that's closer to the square opening up to the deck.
Okay.
All right.
I'll make a note. Square.
You open the door, and at first you're like, is this more ink? Because the water is brown.
Yeah.
The water is brown inside here, and Would you like to enter the room?
You found the poop deck.
Is it dark in there also?
It is dark. Oh, yeah, you don't have... Well, your Barry is holding a light if you would like.
Yeah, we can say he scooped it back up.
Okay, this light is cutting through the darkness, unlike with the particles, with the ink.
All right. Gonna spend a full action to investigate the room, I guess.
Okay. Opening the door to the room on the left, brown water flows out. If you enter, please make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm getting pulled with her, so...
Oh gosh, both of you please make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 22 for me, and
Gee.
It's a 21 for me.
a 14 for Barry.
Okay, all of you pass. Nothing happens. There are wooden crates stacked on top of one another, some tilted to odd angles by the angle of the ship. They fill this space, so there is very little room to move. You can swim under and around the boxes if you'd like. And that's the end of your turn. Zachby, you're currently outside of the door to the first room, the one that you all entered the ship through.
I'm
Next
just gonna,
to the big blue porthole.
I'm just gonna hang around, make sure that nothing's gonna come in this door. I'm also gonna keep my blade just on the rope that I'm tied to, just in case I need to cut it real quick. But that's all I'm doing. I'm just like,
Okay. And I'm going to roll for the octopus again. Oh my gosh. It's a really dumb creature, so this might take a while, guys. It failed again. Do you want me to have it pass for good storytelling?
Well, before you do, can we say that on one of my rounds, I bonus action healing. I healed Barry a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything that you guys want to do before this octopus figures stuff out?
I want to turn into a giant octopus.
Oh. Okay.
But I'm also going to let my friends know that I'm doing this before I turn into a giant octopus.
Okay. So the octopus's turn passes, and it is dumb, and it stays afraid. Mary, it's your turn. You're in the room with... we're going to continue the rounds then, because there's people wanting to do stuff. We'll get to Kane after Mary, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep ready in my attack each turn, just in case.
Okay, and you're in the brown room, so go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
21.
Yeah, you're fine. Kane, we're back to you.
What color was the octopus?
Red.
Red? Okay, so I'm going to turn into a giant blue octopus, which actually, as my skin is blue, that makes sense. I'm going to tell my friends I'm doing this, and I'm sort of guarding this area against the octopus's return.
Okay. Maxi, you're in the brown room. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. So that's a dirty 20 for me and a 12 for Barry.
Okay, you're both fine.
What does this brown water taste like?
Don't drink the brown water.
Make a perception check.
17.
It tastes a bit like nutty with a deep flavor. A little bitter.
Okay, and I'm going to back out of the room now because it's gross.
Okay. And Mary, are you going with?
Yeah, I'm a little tied up, so.
Okay. Maxi and Mary are with Zachby in the hallway outside the rooms closest to the porthole. And speaking of Zachby, it's your turn.
Can I reach the last door we haven't opened yet? Because I'm still tied to Octopus Boy here. So, can I just reach the door and just kind of peek inside?
Yeah, the door that Kane is in the room of?
No, the last room we haven't checked yet on the left. Can I reach that one?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I want to just kind of peek, open the door as little as possible and just peek inside.
Okay. You see, this room has items strewn all over it. It's very tilted, and the equipment that had been on the walls is now all over what's currently the ground. please roll a perception or an investigation check.
All right. Investigation, that gives me a 7.
Okay. It's a lot of equipment. With that quick glance, you're not sure what else there. It's jumbled up and laying on one another.
All right.
Okay, and that's the end of your turns. The octopus is going to make another wisdom. There we go. It rolled on the dice a 17. Much better. The octopus realizes that it should not be afraid of you guys to the point of running away because it has eggs. And remember, the octopus is here to guard those eggs until they hatch, even if that means it doesn't eat for a year and a half. So it's going to come back and it's going to try to enter the window that to the, again, the boat is tilted on its side, so there's windows to the room on the right and the octopus's room. So the first room on the right and the second room on the right, and it enters into the inky room with Kane. Kane, there's a red octopus that just appeared. We're going to, Mary, you're in the hallway. Are you going to do anything for this turn?
Part of me just wants to try to soothe it.
You might not know that it has re-entered because it entered the inky room, so you don't know.
Yeah, seeing as I had my Eldritch Blast readied for when I saw it.
You don't see it, and you don't know it's there. It's inky.
Yeah, so I won't see it, so no, nothing.
Okay. You're still in the hallway. Are you doing anything in the hallway?
No.
Okay. Kane, it's your turn. The red octopus is back. It entered through the window, pulling itself in with its tentacles.
So I don't know if we see each other.
You do see each other.
Okay, so
because it's hard to occupy the room at the same time.
Yeah, I give them 8 waves, and say
it's a lady. Just to clarify.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be. I say, don't worry. I made a deal with these guys. I'm just gonna close this door, and I close the door. They're not gonna come in here, and they're gonna leave these eggs alone. I've been watching them for you. Don't worry about it.
She says, "These eggs will need food."
Yep, it's on its way. I ordered in.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage because you're lying. So she'll make some kind of deception check.
Insight.
Well, that's an octopus. It can't tell.
Okay, good. I rolled actually not bad.
It got
15.
a 2 with its -3 intelligence.
All right. So I offer to play patty cake with it while we're just sort of waiting for everyone else to explore.
Okay. You were hanging out with the octopus. They are not social creatures. They actually, I think possibly the reason why octopi haven't taken over the world is because they kill each other upon sight, but you're playing patty cake with it. Cause you rolled that. So next up is Maxi. You're in the hallway.
I'd like to try what's behind door number 4.
Zachby's in that room with you, so as you swim in, he points to all of the stuff spilled out all over the floor.
Alrighty,
which was the wall with the window that's now laying on the ground.
Maybe we should just head back to town and wait for this party and see if a poor bedraggled merchant who is maybe gonna supply party goods turns up.
Perception check? You're not curious about the stuff in the room?
Can I make one? Because I got pulled in too.
Yeah, you're in the room too. You should look around.
19.
Ooh. Perception plus 5. 24.
Okay, both of you enter this room with a whole bunch of equipment strewn all over the floor. And you see... So first off, it's very tilted in this room, and equipment is all over what is now the ground. You find a magical guitar, and Mary can tell it's magical, I'll just tell you. You find a light blue cloak that's magical. You find a multicolored braided cloth strap that's magical, and you find a tiny armor set for a snake that's magical. But then it is Zachby's turn. Zachby, you're in this room, and your comrades are much more excited about all this junk on the ground than you were.
It's like, I'm debating whether or not I should untie myself at this point. Because I'm still tied to, like, a now giant octopus in a room with an even angrier octopus. So I'm going to try to untie myself.
Okay, you successfully untie yourself. You have 1/2 of a round left.
Do I see the guitar?
They have gone, ooh, and gone towards it, so they're directing your attention to it? Yeah, now you see it.
I'll go investigate the guitar. I mean, that's kind of my area of expertise.
You pick up a magical mahogany guitar with vines carved into it that over time will teach its player to have nimbler fingers. If you attune to this guitar, which is going to take a day, then you get +2 performance and +2 sleight of hand while you're attuned. And if you keep it attuned for 5 levels, the effect remains even if the item is unequipped as long as you carry it.
Sweet!
Nice for a bard.
I know, right? It's like, I'm just going to hold on to this. It's like a dagger in one hand, guitar in the other. I'm just kind of floating.
And now it's the octopus's turn. The octopus is... it's looking around at its eggs. It's looking at you guys. It recognizes you as a significant threat because it fled from you for a little bit. So it no longer is super into eating significant threats. And Kane, what are you doing with this octopus? You're playing patty cake.
I closed the door, so hopefully the octopus is not paying attention to my friends anymore. I am going to show it how my summoned tentacle will give me a little massage on the back, and going to offer the same to it, should it desire.
Make a persuasion check.
15.
15's not too low, yeah. Sure, it doesn't want to eat you. It settles in for some tentacle pats and returns to fanning water over its eggs, which is gradually going to de-ink the room after enough rounds have passed, and it's going to fan and settle. It's a little uncomfortable with how many people are in this previously pristine, ideal egg depositing place, but it's currently just doing that.
I offered to help with that as well.
Okay, you're fanning. The ink water leaves the room out the window. It probably looks like there's smoke billowing from the downed boat. And Mary, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to put the... Let's see, it was armor.
Little snake armor, cloth strap, multicolored, and a cloak of some kind.
Alright, I'm just going to tuck those away in the bag of holding for now. We'll examine those later.
Okay.
And I'm going to look around to see if there's any other... Not items, but like anything out of... I can't even say out of place. Everything's out of place.
And crooked.
Yes. A body. I mean, we're looking for a ghost. So, do we see any remains or anything?
Roll.
Perception is +5, 18.
With that high roll, you would say there's definitely no body in this room. You thoroughly investigate the room, pushing items aside, and do not find any bodies. Next up is Kane. Kane, it's your turn.
I'm going to telepathically say to Amiri, because she has a swim speed, are you guys about done? I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. And then I'm just going to go back to... Not my spell, I mean keeping her occupied. The spell I have for an hour.
Does anybody know animal handling or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
Okay, so what are you going to say? I guess the door is closed, so the door is closed. What are you doing?
So I did that, and then I'm going to say, well, I guess me and my friends are going to get going soon. Is there anything I can get you before we go?
She's going to ask you to leave some food for her eggs.
Okay. I'm going to crack open the door and say, Amir, pass me one of those cookies.
I hand him a cookie.
It's underwater, so it's mush and gross and has completely disintegrated.
Here you go. I mushed it up. I mushed it up for your babies because I know they can't eat things that are solid.
Persuasion check.
That's a low one. Say 10.
Okay. The octopus is not satisfied with this mush cookie and 10 and is going to say, food for the babies, angrily, and that's the end of your turn. Maxi, it's your turn.
Give up the fish, Maxi.
All right, so...
Barry?
Maxi is going to go back to the stinky room with the brown water.
Okay.
And do a I'm just gonna. There were crates and stuff in there, right?
Yep.
I'm
First,
gonna
make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I gotta make one too.
Oh yeah, you guys are together.
Oh, okay. Well, before I do that, I'm gonna
And
say,
Barry,
Maxi,
too.
would you like me to untie? Or I mean, Amiri, would you like me to untie you? I'm gonna go in this room. Or I'm gonna go back in the stink room.
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna go back in there anyway.
All right, so that's a 22 for Moxie, and another 14 for Barry.
Con
And then
18.
Yeah, you're all fine.
And then I got a natural 20 on my investigation for a total of 20, because I don't have any boosters.
Okay, what are you doing with your investigation? How are you investigating all these crates?
Kind of shifting them from side to side, getting Barry to shine the light on them, looking for any sort of branding or labeling. If there's any that are kind of loose, I'll see if I can pry it open a little.
Okay, you see two things. First, that there's no branding whatsoever. On the back of one of the boxes, it says frijoles. When you pry open the box, as the lid opens, the sucking water pressure makes a huge brown cloud erupt from the box. And make another Constitution saving throw.
All right, so that's going to be a 21 for me, but it's only a 4 for Barry.
Aw.
All right, and Mary, what's your Constitution saving throw?
11.
Mary and Barry both fail their Constitution saving throws. Barry starts to twitch a little bit, twitch back and forth. You've never seen a barracuda this jazzed. And Mary, you immediately feel more awake and more alert.
Is it coffee?
Your speed is doubled. You gain a +2 to AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you gain an additional action on each of your turns that can be used only to attack, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. You've been hasted. Moxie, the brown cloud disperses, and you see inside this box bags and bags and bags of coffee beans.
Well, all right then. Amiri, ask Kane to ask the octopus if she likes coffee. There's plenty of coffee beans she could eat.
And in fact, Moxie, you look around at exactly how much coffee. Coffee's not cheap. You look around at how much coffee is here, and you'd say that it's about 20,000 gold worth of coffee.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Hachi mama.
Then we'll just drop a line from the boat and make sure we take all this with us.
We're going to be coffee barons.
Barry can help us get out to the surface.
Coffee barians.
Coffee cakes.
Coffee crisp. That's a Canadian thing. May not know of it.
Mary owns a candy shop / bakery.
Barry the Barracuda Barista. I like it. Yep.
There are 200 crates in here, each worth 100 gold.
All right.
Well, how do we get them out of here? I can carry 8. Presumably.
And now it's Zachby's turn.
Well, I don't want to be by myself in that room, so I'm going to go join them in the coffee room.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. That is a 2.
You have... Your speed is doubled. You gain a +2 bonus to your AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws. You gain an additional action on each of your turns, and that action can be used to take the attack option, one weapon attack only, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. You've been hasted.
Oh god! I'm a 3 foot tall little lizard dude in shorts jacked about coffee. The visual alone.
It's pretty great.
Okay, so I say we grab some coffee and get the heck out of here. I figure I can hold my dagger in my mouth, grab a couple bags, and maybe shove a bag in my shorts.
There are 200 crates of coffee.
Is it in bags individually, or is it just a crate full of beans?
Each crate has like 100 bags inside of it.
So I could probably grab like 3. Ooh, wait, is my tail prehensile? Do kobolds have prehensile tails?
Sure.
Then I can like kind of kick with my legs if I'm holding like a bag in each hand, a bag in my shorts, and I'm holding one bag in my tail. I can get away with 4 bags.
All right. How much?
And we can just swim the heck out of here.
How much room is left in the bag of holding, and how big are these crates?
I think the bag of holding can hold probably like 2 crates worth of bags more. So it's like 200 gold worth of coffee beans.
So what I'm thinking is we come back with the guild.
Yeah, I think maybe we could just barricade that octopus mama in that room and just
Do a salvage mission.
yeah, just go back and forth, and we can do some fishing and bring her some fishies so that she'll be calm.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We've still got half a watermelon up at top. We could bring that down to her.
I could just call to passing by fish. Hey, come in here. I have fish food.
There you go. So we'll feed her, and then we'll just go back and forth.
That works too.
Okay. Are you offering the octopus some food, Maxi? It's currently the octopus's turn, so I'm going to say that whoever wants to interact with the octopus can do that.
I can crack open the door if you want to pass things through. If you're not feeling up to being in this tiny room with 2 giant octopi.
I am
It is
not.
quite
Octopuses.
packed in here.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll should Barry and I go snag some fish real quick and then try? Are we assuming that I could do that?
Oh, I thought you were going to give me... Oh, we don't have the watermelon.
Yeah, I'd have to go get it.
You should have rations on you,
Okay. Well, yeah. Then
don't you? It's a question.
yeah.
I do, but I'm polymorphed, so I can't get them.
All right. Yes, I do have. Let's see, 9 rations on me, and I can
Okay.
even make them extra tasty with some spices. All right. I'm gonna offer it my 9 rations, seasoned with a little saffron on top, just to make them extra yummy.
La-dee-da.
That's
Okay, so you're passing them in through the door, and Kane, you're a giant octopus. You're
I'm like a conveyor belt of saffron-infused rations into its mouth.
with the 8 tentacles. Oh, the mom's not
Yeah.
eating them. They're just going to stay in this room for the babies.
Putting them near the babies, then. Eggs.
And then if you need it, I got a dirty 20 on animal handling, if that's...
All right. So let's say that the mom is busily arranging the rations dividing it up amongst the eggs and fanning and securing. Kane, do you want to stay in this room?
No, I'll go out. I'll say goodbye to my octopi friend and say, all right, if you ever need anything, just come up Fire Breathing Kittens Guild. We'd be happy to help. And I head back out to meet my friends.
Okay, you're now in the hallway as a giant octopus. You take up the back third of the hallway.
Do you guys need a hand up to the surface?
I think we could use 8.
Actually, I have tentacles, not hands. Sorry, that joke doesn't work. I take it back. Away we go!
You could take 8 crates with you.
Yes.
How are you trying to transport 200 crates up to the surface? This is a puzzle. You guys think about it.
I have ideas. Rope. Or, if you want to go a real crazy one. Okay, Moxie, what is your not crazy idea first? And I'll tell you my crazy one after.
All right, guys, this is going to sound weird, but earlier I tried to use some of the wood from the boat to make a light with the Miri, but it floated instead of sunk. So maybe we just need pieces of this boat to set the crates on, and it'll just float to the top.
I like it.
Let's do it. Maybe we just need to take it out of the ship and it'll float.
All right, so
Out of the air.
scooch it through the window.
In fact, you've seen several things float to the surface this episode. Moxie pushes a crate through a window, which means that she's lifting it up taking it across the hallway, taking it through the room with the papers, and pushing it out the window because the boat's on its side.
Mm-hmm.
And the crate slowly falls to the bottom of the ocean next to the boat. The crate itself does not float.
So it's a boat that floats.
When the one crate that I opened, did the bags float?
They've become like iso density with the water. They're just kind of slowly settling to the bottom.
Okay.
They're not quite buoyant anymore.
All right. So this is player memory. I know that piece of wood floated. What else floated up that I don't remember?
Ew.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, just remember the boat or the wood.
Can you think of anything that's less dense than seawater?
Fresh water? No.
Coffee? I don't remember what else floated. Oh, the paper.
More salt?
The mast? Or not the mast. The sails? If we bundle them all up in the sails, did the sails float? We're not on the right track.
Didn't the electrocuted fish float? Did we just shock the coffee?
They did not float up
No.
to the surface, no. They just kind of died. Think about something that you can do to these crates to make them float.
I have a thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, so this was my crazy idea. I have something called Control Water. We are underwater. One of the abilities this spell can do is something called Redirect Flow, and I could create a flow of water filled with these crates up to the surface, and then once they're at the surface, we just put them on the HSS larger boat, and away we go.
You could do that. Okay, so you guys are making tell me what you're doing.
Okay, so this is what I have to do in order to do this. I can't do it as an octopus. So, first I'm going to go outside and squirt an ink cloud because I've always wanted to do that. Then I'm going to come back inside and turn into my old self and put on the mask of the pack bearer, which I happened to get last time I went on an adventure. That turns my face into that of my patron, which is an aboleth called the Eldest, which I recommend you Google because it's very, very freaky to behold. Mm-hmm. And that allows me to cast this spell that will send a stream of water up that we can sort of throw the things into conveyor belt style.
All right.
Is my crazy plan. Have I...
You've made a conveyor belt of water. Tell me what you're all doing. Zakpi, how are you interacting with it?
How heavy are these crates exactly?
They're about the same density as the water. They slowly sink.
So...
Not heavy.
Okay. I can probably grab one at a time and throw it into this current thing.
Zakpi grabs a crate and throws it into the current. It whooshes out the boat and up towards the surface along the current. Maxi and Mary, what are you guys doing?
I guess I can kind of help guide the crates up the little water jetty thing we've got going on. Hey, Kane, do you have any more of that, freezing? Could we just, freeze? Because the ice cubes, they float to the top, right?
I could also do that, if that would help.
Yeah, could we just make a little coffee iceberg?
Yeah, I could do that.
And then put it in the
stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it will keep it fresh as well.
All right, tell me what you did.
I'll get my stream going. We'll get our ice cubes going. We're treating this like in a factory in the Industrial Revolution and really got it down to a science to get this coffee up.
Do you freeze all of the crates together into one iceberg like you mentioned?
Probably do one at a time. Just
Okay.
one out, one out, one out, one out. Assembly, line, Ford, Model T, coffee, ice.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't iced coffee one of the drinks they had?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay. That was good.
Well, Maxi will take Barry and head on up to the boat so she can start loading onto the boat. Good thing we have a big boat. And then she's going to task Barry with
Hold on.
just... Oh,
And Mary, what are you up to?
I could give him a hand. With my magic item I got last time I played, the Coddle Necklace, the Wing Snake Amulet. It allows me... Warlocks who are in a pack with a Coddle could try to cast a cantrip that I don't know. The cantrip must be a Warlock spell list. It must be a DC 10 Intelligence Arcana check. If the check succeeds, I cast the spell. I don't know Chill Touch, but I could help using this to kind of speed up the process.
Okay, so you are freezing crates so that they are less dense than seawater and floating. Kine is making the channel of water and freezing the crates. Zachby is loading the crates up into the channel of water, and Maxi swimming towards the surface, guiding the crates up towards their boat. There's 200 of these crates, so Maxi, how many can you keep, I guess, kind of like clumped together? What kind of check are you going to do to keep these clustered together? Because you might lose some if you keep them. I don't know. Do some kind of roll.
As long as they still generally float up to the right area, we'll probably have time to fish them out because the water's also cold, so they won't melt. But
right,
some I guess in athletics to wrangle.
Yeah,
boxes.
To wrangle. She's rodeoing these iced coffee crates.
All right, and actually, I will help myself out here by channeling divinity. I say a quick prayer to Tyr. Ask for an assist so that I can have advantage on my athletics check here. Oh, a natural 20. So that'd be a total of 26.
Oh man, she wrangles those crates good. Picture like they're clustered together quite closely at the surface, and she's wrangling them together. Okay, the surface is covered in floating brown seaweed. The boxes pop up out of the floating brown seaweed, and you look up at the surface above you. You're approaching the surface, Maxi. You're swimming up towards there. The boxes are properly wrangled, and they're all rising up together into one group. You pop your head above the surface as well. Ah, air for the first time in hours. Your head is covered in seaweed as you surface. It looks like you have long hair. This reminds you of the seaweed hag Luco saw.
And since nobody is up here with me, I guess just to Barry, I go, Barry, look, oh, I'm a scary sea hag, rawr. And Barry, Barracuda laughs. He thinks it's funny.
Yeah. And then you hear, wee-oo, wee-oo, a siren wails. A boat pulls up next to your seaweed-covered head. Jennifer Leleuve is there. She flashes a badge and says, "You're importing coffee, I see. That will be a 10% import tax." And that is where we end our story.
It's a fair tax.
So on 20,000, it would be, I guess, 2,000? Is that the right math?
You're asking the wrong person if you're looking at me. I'm counting to 3. I was using my fingers earlier.
Sounds about right.
Joining us this time were Maxi.
Have a good day, everybody.
And Mary.
Wow, that was a hasty session.
Yeah. And then, do you guys have any theories before we close the outro? Like, what was this boat? And
yeah, it was a merchant ship, and the sea hag was a merchant that was going to go to a coffee party.
Yeah.
Sounds believable.
Why was imports there?
Did they sink it? Were they trying to steal the coffee?
They had a hot tip.
'Twas a smuggling boat.
Not a merchant.
The waterfront was a front.
Oh. That explains the lack of branding on the boxes.
Yep. Okay. Joining us this time were Kane.
Thanks for the memories of coffee and octopi.
And Zachby.
Went to find a wet sea hag, instead got high off a coffee bag. An eel almost ate my head, so now I'm going to go to bed.
Yay! Bye-bye, everybody!
Bye.
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 We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. We have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Go to Redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters in the store Fire Breathing K. You can get a detective's notepad with your favorite character or the Fire Breathing Kittens logo on it. FireBreathingKittensPodcast.com has links to topics that may interest you, such as a Wikia with entries for different characters, a Reddit page where you can discuss the episodes with other listeners, and more.